Because Michael, you tested it, please. Testing. Test. Mic check. Thank you. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, pregame feed happening right now underneath the shelter until 7 p.m. You got 30 minutes to go grab a walking taco. Also, don't forget to check out the Mums for Sale for Eastside's homecoming next weekend. Also, be sure to check out all the great things happening for homecoming next week. A special welcome to our guest tonight, Southeast Polk. Glad you made the trip over from the metro. Don't forget, we're inviting our friends from Spalding Park Elementary to join us at the field house to make the tunnel. That's all of our friends from Spalding Park Elementary, today's Raider Together School. Meet us by the field house at 6:40 to make the tunnel.
I just move that down because that'll help with the, but like, I mean, this is pretty good right now, but if I go to zoom in or go like farther down the field and go to zoom in on like that coach or something, or that official, it's a little blurry. See how it's blurry? There. Just like kind of manually.
That's front one.
Front one? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That.
I'll do
This
this.
will do that. Yeah, but it's this front one that gets it really nice, and then
yeah. Then normally that back and forth. I know once it gets darker, Steven talked about something like there's a setting up front where I just go down and I can put it to like auto, and it'll make it so that way the picture looks better.
Yeah. Well, remember, if you see blur,
Yeah.
blur.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I gotta steal the start with this. Proctor's not playing it. Nope. Proctor.
With 30 different career pathways to explore, the Sioux City Career Academy offers a new approach to high school. A program of the Sioux City Community School District, the Career Academy is open to all high school students from Sioux City and the surrounding school districts. Students in the Career Academy are able to pursue their passions and gain real-world experiences, all while earning college credit. Visit SiouxCitySchools.org to explore your pathway to the future.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Chow, freshly baked bread piled high with Italian-style meats and provolone. 82 hand-sliced veggies. Oil and vinegar, oregano and basil. Nice to see ya. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yes. Should I see someone about that? Probably. Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
A lot happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
In Sioux City, see Mark Johnson at 329 West 20th Street.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Each year, a whopping 5 billion pizzas are consumed throughout the world.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Things are growing great at Baumgars, your one-stop shop for plants and trees of all kinds. You'll find what you need for all your lawn and garden projects, from bulbs or seeds to things to kill those nagging weeds, from tillers, trimmers, and mowing machines to spreaders and fertilizers to keep your lawn green. You'll find patio furniture and grills and landscaping galore, because Baumgars is your lawn and garden headquarters store.
What you need when you need it at Baumgars.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Live tonight from Olson Stadium, a big football, Class 5A football game here tonight. The number 1 ranked Southeast Polk Rams against the East High Black Raiders. Here in Sioux City, Metro Sports Television is proud to bring you another exclusive broadcast of high school football here tonight on a beautiful, well, there is a portent of rain tonight, but it looks like it's going to hold off, and a sizable crowd came up from Southeast Polk as they want to watch their Rams going for 3 straight state titles. Someone was telling me in the stands today they are the 7th ranked national high school team tonight. So needless to say, the East High Black Raiders, starting 14 sophomores and 2 freshmen, will be going against a very good football team here tonight at Olson Stadium. Metro Sports Television is proud to bring you another one. You can find our broadcasts on metrosports.tv and our proud partners KCAU Channel 9 on SiouxlandProud.com. And if you're really energetic tonight, you can flip over on our platform on Rockfin and you can watch number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln against number 2 O'Gorman. Brad Newitt and our Metro Sports team will have that game for you tonight from Sioux Falls. So number 1 is the word here tonight. Joining me as usual is the former All-Stater from East High, the legend himself. No one I enjoy talking football more with than Brian Jepson. And Brian, this young East High football team, I remember a quote from Frank Broyles before he played the number 1 ranked Southern California Trojans in 1972. His pregame, gentlemen, you'll be going against the best football player you have ever gone against. Could be the case tonight for these young sophomores.
Yeah, they're facing they're facing the team. If we're looking at Southeast Polk over the last couple years, you said back state titles. They're really the modern-day Georgia Bulldogs and Alabama Crimson Tide. The Trojans of the 2000s. The Huskers of the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
I knew that was coming.
And maybe the Sooners of the 50s. But this is a program that's really been the pinnacle in the state of Iowa over the last few years.
Absolutely. We're watching them. We saw them get off the bus. We watched them warm up tonight. Not your average-looking high school football team. So the East High Black Raiders, a big comeback win against the city rival North the other night. Have a little bit of momentum. It feels a lot better going in 2-2 than it does 1-3.
Yeah, and looking at all the East games this year, they've been really in the mix in all games. They could be 4-0. They could be 1-3, but the dice fell last week for them, where they had that big comeback, and right at the end, Miles Wager taking in that nice touchdown run to seal a come from behind victory over North, where they're down 20-0 with about a minute left in the third quarter.
Certainly was exciting. Big crowd here coming, as it usually does for East High. Glad to have you on Metro Sports TV. We'll have more of the Central Bank pregame show when we come back. The number 1 Rams of Southeast Polk against East High here tonight.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
Prestige. Widespread respect and admiration felt for someone or something on the basis of a perception of their achievements or quality. It's a name that speaks for itself. Prestige is something you earn. It's where quality counts since 1975. And we improve ourselves at every chance by working with customers every step of the way. Visit either Prestige Collision Center's location today, where it's more than just a name.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Romanian Christian Dimitru ate 200 pounds of pizza in a week.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back, Metro Sports Television. Pat Schultz, Brian Jepson, going to bring you this football game tonight. Each and every game this year is brought up by East High, is brought to you in memory of Coach Mark Larson, the legendary coach, sophomore freshman coach at East High. Such a great career, his passing, and we're going to honor him each East High game this year for Coach Mark Larson. What a legend. Of course, you were very close with Mark, and you coached with him. We knew him well. And you talk about another guy enjoyable to talk football with.
Oh, absolutely. Worked 10 years with him coaching, went to several pro games, college games, talked to him on the phone, saw him at school, and just, 30 years he dedicated his life, over 30 to East High and East High football. And he was a Raider at heart, and he cared about his kids and students, and he just went above and beyond for all his players and students.
So each High every game brought to you by Metro Sports is in memory of Coach Mark Larson. Well, this football game, Southeast Polk, as we mentioned, going for their third straight. They're led by their quarterback, Connor Moberly, a 6'4", 195-pound senior, going to Iowa State, and we watched him warm up. He's big time.
Yeah. An outstanding athlete. He's throwing for 817 yards with 12 TDs and only one interception in that. Not only that, then he's also been one of their top rushers, rushing for about 100 yards and 2 more touchdowns in the rushing category. So he can do it with his legs, he can do it with his arm, and he's just a really good athlete.
You and I were talking about this football game during the week. You text me, have you seen the running backs? Well, I flipped it on. C.J. Phillips, a 5'11", 190-pound senior, and Landon Vanderwerf, a junior speedster, 5'11", 180 pounds. These guys are talented.
Yeah, a couple of dynamic backs that can take it to the house. They run between the tackles. They can get them out in space on catching passes. They can kind of do it all. So it's a really well-rounded football team, Southeast Polk. And not only that, you got to look in the trenches. They're always, we go back to last year with Proctor. This guy's starting for Alabama this year,
Yeah, indeed.
The one school in the state, they've been producing 5 stars, and Wampa at University of Iowa starts in the secondary. So, yeah, they put out some really good players.
Yep, just an amazing program. What a job they've done at Southeast Polk. Conversely, this young football team from the East High Black Raiders, sophomore quarterback Cal Jepson, up and down last week. When he was up, he was incredible. Threw a couple picks, but I thought that was good coverage, a good play by North High. But the youngster, he showed one thing. He's a gamer.
Yeah. And, the more experience he gets, we were talking, and I would talk to a lot of people around the East High football program, and, it's maybe I don't know when the last time a sophomore quarterback's ever taken the reins at East High. Maybe go back to the 70s, Greg Maris. He might have quarterbacked in the 70s. And there's been a lot of good quarterbacks, but I think the week by week of him playing, and, they always say the game kind of slows down for you. Hopefully it slows down for him tonight. It might be a little faster tonight.
A little bigger, too.
A little bigger. So maybe that's next week, but we'll see how it goes. But, there's a lot of things. Yeah, he does a good job. He's a gamer. He can zing the ball, and knowing him and growing up and stuff like that, and he puts the time and effort in, and I'm impressed the way he can throw it and the way he can get it out. And I even told him maybe you should take off and run a little bit more, head it up the middle when you see those seams, and Tonight slide. Usually lower. I always like to lower my shoulder and have kind of like a missile, So yeah, no fear. But yeah. So yeah, hopefully he'll have a challenge tonight. That's for sure.
Well, we have seen the last couple of years. We remember the game here against Ankeny Centennial 2 years ago when East High had a nice lead. Then the lightning storm came. Game was delayed, and Ankeny pulled away late. Ankeny Centennial last year at Ankeny played them well in the playoff game. So East High, of course, those were veteran football teams. It's a whole different story when you're doing 14 sophomores. But East High has played well against this big suburban Des Moines 5A football.
Yeah, and last year every game, even in the playoffs, was right down to the last quarter, where there was a chance to win. And one of the games last year, right with 5 minutes left, they caught a big break on throwing a ball out of the end zone against one of the Ankeny Centennial and ended up losing the game by a field goal.
You bet. Tonight's football game, you'll see the Prime Bank scoreboard. This is the Central Bank pregame show. Jamie Pick of American Family will present this football game here tonight. Also, our new advertisers, Manly Obic Chiropractor, thanks to them. All Power Incorporated, a lot of power out there on this field tonight. And we'll also have our Primetime Steakhouse, Primetime Player of the Game. And you also get our producer, Riley Lillenquist. We'll get you our Great Shots replay. And our timeouts will be sponsored tonight by the United Sports Academy. When we come back, we're going to stay here for the national anthem, and then we'll take a quick break, and we'll have the kickoff. Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem brought to you by the East High Swing Choir. It's moving.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Chow freshly baked bread piled high with Italian-style meats and provolone. Hey to you too, hand-sliced veggies. Oil and vinegar, oregano and basil, nice to see ya. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yes. Should I see someone about that? Probably. Jimmy John's, order online or on the app.
Tonight's East High football game is brought to you by Jamie Pick of American Family. You are in good hands with Jamie Pick. See him for all your insurance needs as we are ready to get set. Big crowd here as East High, of course, they love their football here on the east side. Even their 7th grade team, they got a pretty good coach, I hear.
Yeah, yep, off to a 3-0 start. So things are rolling at the middle school. 8th grade's undefeated, so yeah, things are looking good. These classes, the freshmen's doing really well. So there's some classes stacking together, and the future's bright here for Black Raider football.
Each and every game we have your Vern ID Motor Cars key to the game. Jeps, tonight, what are the keys to the game for the East High Black Raiders?
Well, I think one of the keys of the game tonight is, limit Southeast Polk's big plays. If they're gonna, score, try to like shore up that run defense, and instead of giving up big plays, make them earn it, all the way down the field. Another thing for the key of the game, I think the Black Raiders, sustain drives, clock management. Try to stay on the field with the short passing game, maybe some run game, and, which ties into the other key of the game is, limit the time, the game, shorten the game. Kind of like Iowa does and Kirk Ferentz, they shorten the game. And they do that. They do that very well.
Yes, we want to shorten the game. We want to stay awake tonight, though.
So I think, but that's what they need to do. Because, Southeast Polk is a high-powered offense. They got a stingy defense, and, and come out in this first half and just, play with them, they're the big boy in the state of the Iowa, but just, you like that opportunity. A heavyweight boxing match, the underdog, he likes that chance to go after the champ.
You bet.
And this is East High's chance to go after the champ.
And this young football team for East High, they will learn a lot in this football game.
They'll grow tremendously from, playing the type of quality team that Southeast Polk is.
All right, East High deferred till the second half. They're going to kick off the football as number 6, Sam Zelenvich goes back. He is a junior, and he is a flyer. Look out for him. He has 3 touchdowns this season. Also back is Carson Robbins, a 6-foot senior, as we're about ready to get underway as the East High Black Raiders will up for a challenge tonight as Jacob Burrell, the outstanding junior kicker, will kick off for the East High Black Raiders as we get underway. East High Black Raiders against number 1 ranked Rams of Southeast Polk, and here's your opening kickoff. They're going to kick it away, and it's going to be picked up on short. Their fair catch call. They're going to get it at the 25 as making the catch there wisely was Mason Vanderbrink. That was not Mason Vanderbrink.
Zeb Hines.
Zeb Hines made the play, a safety, and a good-looking one as it is. So this will be the first possession of the game as the Southeast Polk Rams, led by Connor Moberly, will start out against this young East High football team, and they're going to be tested up front. Keegan Augustine, inside linebacker, is the leading tackler for the East High Black Raiders. Garrett Walling, who played a big game against North, will be up front, as will be Alex Nopepe, as we get set right here as Moberly comes in. Moberly is going to take the snap, and ball fake to him. They're going to look long, steps up. He's going to lay it out there. He has a man out there, and it's caught, and this is going to be a touchdown as they go big on the very first play to the flyer, Sam Zelenovich, and just like that, it's 6-0, and one of your Vern Ide keys of the game was extinguished right there.
Yeah.
Make them work for touchdowns. Didn't have to work too hard there.
No, that one just got flushed down the toilet, I think. My goodness. Now you can see the arm strength of the quarterback, Moberly, going to Iowa State, and he laid it right on the money. That was just a nice pass, and you got an athlete out there that just took it into the house for a touchdown, and 12 seconds into the game. And
just like that, it's 6-0. Hunter Chantafon will be here, the left-footed kicker will kick it up, and that one is all the way to Lawton Bronson, and just like that, it's 7-0 as Jeps on the very first play here on our Great Shots replay as we see they didn't mess around as Moberly just went long. They had 2 receivers actually.
Yeah, 2 receivers. He just a nice long strike. Got some good air under the ball, and the receiver just ran under it, and nice pitch and catch. And Southeast Polk's up and rolling early, 7-0.
Well, you can see why he's going to Iowa State. They probably could use him tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. No, he's a good-looking kid, and we knew it coming in. Looking at him on film, and he does a really nice job.
Indeed, that is his 13th touchdown pass of the season, and it was a big one. And East High is going to start out just like that, down 7-0 as they'll get set for offense, and now they're going to have to run the clock. Richard Stewart, who has had an outstanding season, is one of the backs, and Dane Melton, the outstanding junior safety, is back as well as Southeast Polk jumps up just like that, and that shows why they are going after their 3rd straight Class 5A title. That's kind of a hard thing to do.
Yeah, just a nice little play action, drop back, and good ball placement. And
nice little step up by Moberly. Here's the kick, and it's going to be Stewart. Nope, Dane Milton's going to have it at his 3-yard line. The junior looks to get outside, gets a block, pops it up there, stays outside, breaks a tackle, gets to about the 37-yard line. Nice run by the junior as he got a great wall set up that time.
Yeah, nice little wall there. Good return there by Dane Milton. Takes it all the way up to the 36-yard line, and some good field position here for the Black Raiders.
Well, Kel Jepson, the sophomore quarterback, steps out. He's had quite a year for the young sophomore. He's learning a lot. All the games have been very close, and now he's going against this big, talented Southeast Polk football team.
You're going to have to watch, some good-sized defensive ends here, and they're going to put their paws up on that, knowing East passes a lot. But, this should be a good challenge for him. 4 games, he's throwing for almost 1,200 yards on the season.
Miles Wagger is the junior tailback. He was our primetime player of the game last week. He's going to get a little play-action fake, and the quick bubble stream is dropped by Stewart. And a slow start for the East High Black Raiders, and there was some running room had he made the catch.
Yeah, a little low, but looks like that's a catch that he can make, and I think he was thinking about, hey, who's in front of me downfield? You got to put that. You got to put that behind you and catch the ball, and he would have had a little space and got some good yards.
Isaiah King, the big sophomore right tackle, 6'4", 280 pounds, and Luke Vanderweedy, the senior tackle, will lead that offensive line for the East High Black Raiders against what looks like a 3-4. We'll have plenty of stunts as that's an illegal procedure by Eaton. No, they're going to let them play through. Good. We have a good officiating crew. Last week, 5 guys would have thrown a flag and talked about it for another 5 minutes, and there's a timeout called by Coach Winklepleck as he didn't like what his team was doing. A lot of confusion there. We're going to go with the starters here. Jeremiah Farrout, another 6'3", 280-pound sophomore. A lot of sophomores here for the East High. He is on the offensive line. Number 59, Braden Fahrenholtz, who played a very good game last year. 6'2", 260, junior. He will be the center tonight, as East High will use a bevy of wide receivers led by Logan Dolphin, number 8, 6'3", 190, who has 3 touchdown catches on the year. A.J. Flemister, number 4, will be out there as well. And Rob Emerson, who's playing more defense this year. Rob's been played a lot of offense in the back, but we'll see him a little bit as well, as East High will try to move this football against this big, talented team led by Drayvon Woods, 6'4", 235 pounds at one defensive end. Big number 7, Caden Kane, 6'2", 205, will be at the other defensive end, and there's illegal motion as this. I think they should just junk this formation. No one really knows what they're doing.
The one thing, he is kind of going back, so it could be motion, so as long as he's not going forward.
I don't think they have enough men at the line of scrimmage here, do they? Well, we'll see. Here's the blitz. Jepson's going to fire it out there quickly, and all that timeout and commotion for a 3-yard loss as Dane Milton made the catch, and there's simply nothing going on there.
Just looking at that first play there, you can kind of look at the overall team speed on the attacking, as soon as that ball was snapped, he had a D in that was halfway into the backfield, and 3 guys on the outside were already attacking those receivers. So
that was Miles Wagger on the catch right there, and Miles they might want to throw that one out of the playbook. The nose guard for Southeast Polk, Cooper Martinson, 6'5", 295, junior. He plugs up. He's going to move to an end now as they're going to move Drayvon Woods to the middle on a big play right here for the East High Black Raiders on 3rd down and 16. Clock running, and that's probably a good thing for East High as they're going to – last year we felt – well, the last 2 years when they played 5A schools, they've gotten out ahead and could have milked some clock, but never did it. Jepson fires one quickly. Ball is caught by Stewart. He's wrapped up and thrown after a gain of about 3 yards, as not much there for the East High Black Raiders. As well, A.J. Flemister in the slot made the catch, so they'll have to kick, and here comes Burrell.
A fun fact going into tonight's game is in the 1984, the Southeast Polk coach's dad, the year we won the state title, we played Des Moines Roosevelt here to go to the Dome. The Southeast Polk coach's dad played our coach for Des Moines Roosevelt at that time. So a little connection there between East and
low tail dragger is going to be caught.
Southeast Polk.
It's going to be a problem here as it bouncing to the outside is Sam Zelovich, and Zelovich, who has 1 touchdown already, pops that one inside East High territory. That was too easy. Low line drive, and those are always dangerous.
Yeah, he's a number 6. He's a good-looking kid. He handles the ball well. But yeah, that's just an interesting fact, and I got that information from my good resource, Jimmy Fiegel, Coach Fiegel's son today. So
all right. So here comes the Rams for their second possession. The first one was a quick one, but it was a quick touchdown as well. Number 56, Braden Harmon, 6'3", 260, is an outstanding guard. The right guard for East High. Here's Phillips popping it forward, and a 5'11", 190. We got a flag down. I think they're going to catch number 64, Gavin Douglas, for a hold. 6'4", 280, and it is a hold, and didn't need to do that. He kind of crushed the outside linebacker. The tackles, Carson Campbell, 6'5", 300. Boy, you're talking about a big-time offensive line. You throw Proctor in there. They had Douglas, Martinson, Harmon, Campbell, all over 280.
Just looking at that run play right there, I'm just going to kind of watch the line, and if you notice that, they just came off the ball in a ferocious mood, didn't they?
It's a good name.
I mean, just really, attacking. I mean, that's what you want your linemen to do, getting off the ball, getting downfield, and knocking somebody back.
And then they're going to get 5 yards back as they go on second count. The center, Parker Strawn, he's the baby of the group, just a junior. He's 6'1", 275.
Yeah, like Southeast Polk, they've been the last several years they've had plenty of linemen, and not only just go to like we know Proctor at Alabama, but other guys going to play at colleges around the state and around the area.
Number 24 for the East High Black Raiders, Jacob Breifogel had a huge game last week against North. Keep your eye on that sophomore. Here's a pop by Phillips right up the middle. Breifogel has it. He's going to go for a ride for about 4 yards, 4 yards after contact, gain of 8 on the play. One thing we've noticed about the Metro Des Moines teams, their running backs, a lot of competition. They hold on to the football, and they run hard.
Yeah, and you can notice right there, that was a hard run. I mean, the guy, getting behind his blockers and just going in there like a missile.
Indeed. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Rams. Already had 7-0 on a 75-yard touchdown pass from Mobley. The Iowa State recruit, 6'4", 190 pounds, hands off to Phillips. He bounced to the outside, and he may go. Gets down to the 10, inside the 5. That's a touchdown as they go with just a little read, and Phillips goes in for the touchdown for the Rams.
Yeah, nice little he bounced up to the outside, and you can tell his acceleration down the sideline, and they're making it look pretty easy, Pat.
They are. 42-yard touchdown run by C.J. Phillips. That is his 5th touchdown of the year, and this young team from East High, welcome to high-level 5A football. Kick is up. The kick is good as Chantafon knocks that one in. Hunter, a 5'11", 165-pound senior kicker. Even their kickers are big at Southeast Polk. When we come back, the East High Black Raiders are going to dire need to control the football. They're down 14-0 here in the first quarter.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
14-0 when we come back, and here Jeff's just a little off-tackle play.
Yeah, C.J. Phillips, what a nice back and off-tackle, and he follows the blocker, takes it down the sideline, and just outruns 2 East defenders and puts it in the end zone for a touchdown.
So 14-0, the Rams lead. We're waiting for our score from our Sioux Falls Metro Sports team. They have number 1 versus number 2. Lots of number 1. Boy, I'd love to see Des Moines Metro versus Sioux Falls teams. Wouldn't that be something? This
that would be, yeah.
Lincoln team against Southeast Polk. They match up physically. Here's the kick. Stewart's going to let this one go. Miles Wagner's going to pick it up, put his shoulder down, and the junior's going to bring it up about the 17-yard line. Was able to talk to Kathy and Rick Wager today, and they want to say hi to Bucko out there in Jersey, tuning in for tonight's game here on Metro Sports. So, hey, Bucko, what's going on out there in Soprano land?
Oh, that's nice viewers from New Jersey, Tennessee, and California. Yeah, we're bringing them in through Metro Sports, so it's great. It's a great vehicle to have, and we're glad to be part of it.
Well, absolutely, and we appreciate all the support and the outstanding viewer metrics that Metro Sports is getting. So here's Cal Jepson on his second possession. They gained a few yards, had a penalty that hurt them, and they're going to try to get things going. Miles Wager looks up the middle, and he's going to be bear hugged and brought down by a host of Rams, including number 35, Noah Frank, D lineman, as they're rotating D linemen in. That's what good teams do. They have a lot of talent, and they use it.
Yep, rotate them in, and got a nice little 2-yard gain there, but it's going to be tough sledding, running the ball and passing against this top-notch defense of Southeast Polk.
So the Black Raiders will look at a 2nd down and 8 from their own 19-yard line. Cale Jepson fires it out. Stewart can't reach that, and just a little outstretched, and there wasn't much to get there as Trayton Naive was the outside linebacker. They had a good matchup against the linebacker, but
good coverage. I was like, if he caught it, he probably got 2 or 3 yards.
These safeties for Southeast Polk, very impressive. Size-wise, Trey Lust, 6'3", 205, and number 4, Carter Pesky, 6', 180. So they set up the screen. Here's that run that you were looking for. Cale tries to get outside, breaks a tackle, trying to keep his feet knocked out of bounds, and we're going to have a late hit. And I think that was kind of a mercy call, as Cale was very close to his first down. He was 1 yard short and was shoved out of bounds. And you don't do that on the opposing sideline, because it really wasn't a penalty.
No, I can't see where his foot is. But it looked like he was going to go out of bounds there and still in play. But you got to take what you can get in this game.
Absolutely.
Move the chains. So, you can see why the official might have called it, though.
Yeah, it's a home game, and a few highlights so far. Mason Vanderbrink was the culprit of, the not-so-late hit, but poor Mason got a bad break there. But it's a first down for the East High Black Raiders. 8:03 to go, first quarter. They trail 14-0 as they're going to try to run some clock here. At the penalty, the clock runs. The play clock doesn't really matter here, as they're more concerned about the game clock. Jepson with Wager back there. Miles gets a burst that time and picks up the better part of 4 yards to the 45-yard line. Has some good blocking up front by the East High Black Raiders, led by number 74 right there, Rayshawn Marshall, someone that you really like at 6 foot, 260.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a really good line, down the road. It's a young line, and it's going to be a good line with him, Isaiah King, a sophomore. So nice little seam there, and Miles Wager got a few yards.
When you start 4 sophomores on the offensive line against Southeast Polk, oh boy. Clock running at 7:28, first quarter. Jepson turns, hands the ball to Wager, trying to find a hole there, and he's going to get to about the 45-yard line before he's thrown back by the ever-present Drayvon Woods.
Yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with, Drayvon Woods. So,
very impressed by the amount of Southeast Polk fans that made it all up there, but why wouldn't you be excited about watching this football team? So third down, big play for the East High Black Raiders, 3rd and 6. Jepson rolls to his left, looks, steps, fires, has a man, and it's caught, and that's going to be a first down. Nice throw, nice catch by the East High Black Raiders as they come up with a nice play there, and making the catch nicely was John Yates.
Yeah, John Yates, did a nice job. He, kind of came back and kind of let a little window there, and Cal did a nice job rolling to his left and finding the open receiver and hitting him for a nice gain.
Good patience by Cal Jepson. Cal was outstanding in the 4th quarter last week against North High. So first down for East High. Their second of the game. This one they earned. Last one's by penalty. Wager's looking for a crease. He's going to lean forward for about 3 yards. He gets to the Southeast Polk 40, and you want probably 4 yards out of that. As they're going to move it back a little. Yeah, they're going to give him 3. You want about 4 yards out of that first down play, as Miles probably would have been better off just exploded into that line, because you can't go side to side against this football team.
No, it looks like they pulled a guard on that play, and he kind of got behind him. But, that line and those backers attack very quick.
So second down at the Southeast Polk 42-yard line. East High on the move. Jepson turns, fires, has a man, ball caught, and it's going to be a first down at about the 32-yard line. As once again they go to it with the quick out, and making the catch nicely on that play was Logan Dolphin, and Logan just having a big senior year.
And they do, East does got a good package of receivers, and that's one area they thought maybe, some quick passes, in the 5 to 10 yard range. And so far this drive, we've seen a couple of those executed.
Cal has a very quick release, only 5'10", but he's very mobile, and he has that quick release and a powerful arm, as you saw right there. So first down, East High. 6 minutes to go, first quarter on the move here. They're going to hold it this time. Cal breaks a tackle, leans forward, gets to about the 30-yard line, gain about 2.5 on the play, as a little RPO ran by East High, and you just saw that quickness of the Southeast Polk defense.
Yeah, lucky. I mean, we avoided one tackle, and lucky to get a yard there. But yeah, you can just see they are quick and they attack.
New linebackers checked in for Southeast Polk, including number 40 Thaden Abbas. Here's a down, out, down. Here's pass, has a man, Stewart, and then he threw it. Throws it to the outside. You might have had 6 back there. Deflecting the ball was Carter Pesky, the outside, but Cale missed that.
Yeah, they had a chance there, and that safety was creeping over. You could see him creeping over, but yeah, on the other side, he might have had a better chance. And lucky it wasn't intercepted, but
indeed, he's going to learn to loft that ball to the outside shoulder, and could have been a big play. So this is going to be 3rd down and 9 for East High, probably 4-down territory unless they want to try a big one with Jacob Burrell, who might be about 4 or 5 yards out of his range. So 3rd down and 9 for East High. Jepson's going to roll, step up, looks, under pressure, under a lot of pressure, now rolls to his right, has a man out there if he sees him. There it is, and they've got it, and it's caught, and it's a touchdown.
Nice little play.
East High. What a play by Cal Jepson, keeping that play alive, and they come up with a big touchdown to Michael Williams, and Michael makes the play. 6'4", 210-pound wide receiver. Great play by Cal Jepson.
I got to say, that was pretty nifty in the pocket, man. A little scrambling, went to the left, wasn't there, rolled back around to the right, and and that's on a scramble like that. That's when receivers can come open.
He waved it over and got Michael Williams open, and Michael kept going and made the play just like that, as you see it on our instant replay, brought to you by Great Shots. Here's a kick by Burrell, and East High takes it on a nice drive of 75 yards. They go with the touchdown pass of Williams of 30 yards from Cal Jepson. When we come back, the East High back Raiders on the scoreboard.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
In Sioux City, see Mark Johnson at 329 West 20th Street.
The Black Raiders with a big scoring play right here. Cal Jepson, the sophomore quarterback. Look at this, Jeps.
Yeah, nice little roll around from the left. And then, that scramble drill, the receiver comes open, he finds it, looks downfield, and hooks up for a touchdown, and a much-needed touchdown for the Black Raiders. It gives a little confidence and, makes it a one-score game.
You
with
bet.
almost one quarter left. So now let's see if the defense can get a stop.
That might take some work, but what a play by the East High Black Raiders as it brings this big crowd to its feet. 14-7 is your score. Next week, one game on Metro Sports. Can you believe that? We went from 6 to 2 to 1 here the last few weeks as everybody's off. I'll be out in Boulder watching the Southern California Trojans beat Prime.
Oh, that's easy. I think USC runs the table this year.
They got some.
They might have one. Oregon's going to look like a tough game, and
they got
UCLA always plays kind of tough.
Got to go to Notre Dame, playing a bunch of 27-year-old onside kick and too well schooled, and that was a big old Sunday hop for the Rams as they were in on that. What a well-coached football team. Charles Good, another linebacker, junior, made the play right there. And it's going to be great field position. Well, you got to take chances like that.
And last week we saw 3 or 4 onside kicks, and two of them worked. So
anything can happen in high school football. So 1st down and 10, good field position for the Rams, who have ran 5 plays. They have 2 touchdowns, 75-yard touchdown pass by Connor Moberly, and then C.J. Phillips bounced off tackle for a 42-yard touchdown run. So they're going to go power to the right, first down at their own 47. Quick out right there, ball caught, and a sizable gain. A good hit up there as making the catch for was Carson Robbins, and Robbins took a shot.
Nice,
there.
yeah. Chris Ford came and put a nice little lick on him there after getting 9 yards.
Indeed, but a 9-yard gain on first down. Phillips, the lone back, has the same set again, tight to the right as the Rams are going to check it out. Connor Moberly, veteran quarterback, surveys the field and has a option to go here. They're just going to smash Phillips right up the middle, and he runs right through the grasp of Keegan Augustine, and Keegan goes, oh boy, what happened there? And that'll be a first down.
Yeah, we know this ground attack for Southeast Polk is, I mean, it's been feared throughout the whole state, but their ability to run the ball and move people off the line of scrimmage has been their kind of, over the last 2 years has been kind of their benchmark on how they taken control of games.
Gavin Douglas, the 6'4", 280-pound senior, is doing a heck of a job at that left guard. That seems where they're running right through here early. They play action fake here, fire out there. We're going to need a tackle, and they stiff arm and still can't tackle as they fire to the outside to Jack Falone, and the 6'3", 185-pound wide receiver bounces it outside for a gain of 27 and a first down.
Yeah, good size receiver, good target, and after the catch, he just a nice hard stiff arm, and Rob wasn't able to get him out of bounds for about 10 yards.
Rob Emerson on the coverage, pushed him out of bounds, but when you have a quarterback with the size and the arm of Moberly, that's a tough pass to defend. So first down, Southeast Polk. They lead 14-7. Moberly going to fire it out there quickly, and this is his favorite target, Zelenovic, and Zelenovic, who has one touchdown, makes his third catch of the game, and he's going to be...
Tell you what, Chris Ford, number 9, the freshman, is doing some good hitting, though. He came up, made a nice tackle there again. Only a freshman.
Just a freshman. 2 freshmen play
yeah.
for the East High Black Raiders, but the coaches rave about Chris Ford, and he's going to learn here tonight and put his nose in and made a nice tackle. He certainly looks the part. Here's Phillips, got a crease, fires it in there, and he's got a first down inside the 4-yard line as the big offensive line for the Rams. Smack it in there. Good block that time by Braden Harmon, 6'3", 280 pounds. He had a nice block, and it's going to be first and goal for the Rams as they're putting on an offensive clinic. It's like watching USC.
Yeah, they're just going right down the field, yeah.
They ought to take this team to Penn State tomorrow. They got the same colors. Got a better offense.
They do. They got a good-looking offense.
First down and 4. Our first and goal from the 4. Phillips going to cram in there, keep those legs going, and a bunch of Black Raiders make the play right there. He never did go down.
No.
And I noticed the Southeast Polk offensive line got up there and started shoving and pushing. So they held their own that time.
Yep, good job there. Yeah, good job. Cole Pittenger in there. Cason Claiborne, another freshman, came up there. But that was actually an outstanding job there by that D, holding that line.
Darian Anderson, the big guy, another sophomore for East High, was standing there. He just jumped off sides, and they're going to get him. No, they're not going to get him, as they should have. I think there was contact there. But these big Southeast Polk linemen, they don't move when you bump them. So second down and goal. Moberly turns, gives it to Phillips, and he finds a crease and pops in there nicely for another touchdown for Southeast Polk, their third of the first quarter. 4-yard run by C.J. Phillips, his second of the night, his 6th of the season.
Boy, that was a nice cutback too. You can see his ability. It was kind of plugged up on the left side, and he just cut it back and saw a seam on the right side. So good vision by C.J. Phillips.
Hunter Chantathon will be in to kick his third extra point with still 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Kick is up, kick is good. When we come back, East High, who drove 75 yards the last time they had the football, will have the football again, but this time they trail 21-7 when we come back. This is Metro Sports TV.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Back, third touchdown by the Rams, and they just ram it in for 4 yards. C.J. Phillips here, Jeps.
Yep, using that big offensive line. Yeah, Moberly just kind of hands off to him. Little cut back to the right, and he just takes it in the end zone for a 4-yard run, and Southeast Polk up 21-7.
So the East High Black Raiders, 2-2 on the season. Couple of tough losses. Their opening loss to a good Glenwood team. Then they lost tough away at Heelan, which some scary type of officiating. But the won their last two against Sergeant Bluff, and then come back to beat their city rival North, and they'll have a chance here as Miles Wagger's going to look for a crease as he gets to the 20. Oh, we should have just kept going. He's going to bounce out to about the 23-yard line, and it'll be first down for the East High Black Raiders. 2-2 in the season. Second year for head coach Mike Winklepleck. Good football team last year. Lost a tough game at Ankeny in the playoffs, going 7-3 on the season. Had to replace 19 starters from last year. He hit starting 14 sophomores this season, so the future looks bright for East High.
Yeah, there's some, a lot of quality coming up and good players. I mean, there's a good group of juniors and seniors, but the classes with a lot of depth, the sophomore, the freshman, and actually this 8th grade coming up. So Coach Wink's got the program going in the right direction, and this year they're just playing each week to get better and better, and they get a challenge this week, and next year it flips, and the same crew will have another shot at Southeast Polk next year. The schedule stay the same.
You bet, and they're going to have to do the little things because Stewart there had a nice play there. Jepson threw a nice pass, but Stewart turned it up way too quickly, and just little things have been putting the Black Raiders behind the chains.
And you don't want to get behind the chains on a quality team like Southeast Polk with this defense.
Especially on careless motion plays like that. They've practiced that play enough. So Jepson will face a 1st and 15. High snap, gets a read. Miles Wagger pops it up the middle. There's not much going. Again, a gain of about 2 or 3 yards for the young junior, whose brother, of course, Brandon Wagger, played at the University of Iowa, was Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Brother Jack played at Purdue. Cole was an outstanding player, and Miles keeping that going. And we got to remember, his dad played here at East High for that outstanding 1981 team.
Yeah, very good team. Yeah, it was the Wagger Prout Show, they used to call it.
Yeah, well, when you have Bill Lewis, the Croston boys, and all those other guys blocking for you. Bill Lewis played in the NFL for about 10 years.
All the linemen that year played in college at some level.
You bet. Jepson fires it out there, and this, again, timing wasn't quite right. As
I think he got tripped up a little bit, and he just kind of.
Williams, who caught the touchdown pass, might have been tripped up on the coverage for Southeast Polk, was Zeb Hines, that outstanding safety. They got him as safety. He kind of plays a hybrid. He's up by the line of scrimmage an awful lot. So big third down play right here. 3rd and 13. Jepson looking around. This time he's not going to get away, and he's sacked. Couldn't get to the outside, and the pocket collapsed. And Noah Frank will get the sack, and East High went way back 13 yards and will have to punt from their own end zone.
Yeah, that pocket just suffocated pretty quick there. Thought maybe they might come out and try a screen, that screen play, but it's worked on occasion. But
we noticed that Southeast Polk moved their secondary up a little closer to take away those quick passes, and it paid dividends right there. But the penalty sent them behind. Low snap to Burrell, gets it off. It's a high tail dragger, going to be caught at the 42-yard line, popping to the outside and breaking a tackle and cutting back stick, keeping on his feet. And we got a block in the back or a possible hold as Carson Robbins made a nice return on that, but way downfield. That was the referee, I believe. You don't see him throw many penalty flags, especially a block in the back or a hold from that position on the football field.
No, on the punt return, there was a guy right in his face, and he just caught it and took off.
They got a personal foul called on East High.
Might have been a face mask.
Well, he didn't grab that, and now something happened there, and Coach Winkelplex wants to know what, and that is going to make it a very short field. So Robbins, who made a great return, will have a first down all the way to the inside the east, well, the 12-yard line, first and goal, and they've gone 75 yards, 42 yards, and 45 yards, and now they only have to go 12 yards. Boy, you don't see that happen much.
No, this, real good field position for Southeast Polk. That special teams punt return and the penalty puts them right down in the red zone.
So Connor Moberly will come up. There's going to be some substitutions in for as Landon Vanderwerf, who we saw on film as a really good player. He steps in, the junior. He's going to take Phillips' place. Phillips has 2 early touchdowns for the Rams. Going to take a breather. There's a little flare pass caught by his fine receiver, but this time the East High Black Raiders make some good play that time. Keegan Augustine came up and made the tackle on Sam Zelenovic, and that's going to end your first quarter as the Rams will face a 2nd down and 7 from the East High 9-yard line when we come back. Right after this is Metro Sports Television. It's 21-7. Southeast Polk leads.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Each year, a whopping 5 billion pizzas are consumed throughout the world.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
21-7 is your score as the Rams are threatening to score here at the first play of the second quarter. The number 1 ranked Rams looking for their 3rd straight 5A championship. Moberly, the quarterback, hands the ball off to the junior, and picking his way in and getting into the end zone for the touchdown is Landon Vanderwerf. His 2nd touchdown of the year, the junior. Another big hole to run through, and he scores from 7 yards out.
Yeah, the big offensive line just moving bodies and running behind that offensive line, puts it right in the end zone, and Southeast Polk with an early touchdown in the second quarter, Pat, to go up 27-7.
Yep, you simply can't. And you talk about giving them a short field after the punt return and the penalty. First down and goal at the 12, or first down and goal at the 12. Just way too easy for the Rams, and they score here to make it 28-7 on Metro Sports Television. We'll be back right after this with the kickoff. The Rams lead 28-7.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
In Sioux City, see Mark Johnson at 329 West 20th Street.
Welcome back. 28-7 now as Southeast Polk has had the ball 4 times. They've ran a total of 12 plays. They have 4 TDs. Jeps?
That would be pretty effective. High percentage play calling. So
the Huskers going to pull it off. Who they got? Louisiana Tech? You have my tickets, right?
I do got them. Yep,
right.
I'm feeling pretty good about the game tomorrow for the Big Red.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, Rules got. I mean, those first 2 games, it could have went either way, especially that Minnesota game. But I think Rules got the program going in the right direction, and they get this tomorrow. And there's a lot of winnable games in the Big Ten West from what I've seen.
Yeah, there
there
always is.
They could lose, but right now there looks like there's a lot of winnable games, but they could lose them too.
What are some of those teams are going to do when the new conference comes? Holy smokes.
I'm anxious to see. They got to redo the schedule, so I'll be kind of anxious to see what the new schedule is. I'm Still hoping the Huskers make it to California next year.
Here's the Rams kicking off 28-7. Little pooch kick is going to be caught by Emerson. He's going to turn it up. Rob's got some speed. Pops it up there nicely and brings it up to the 34-yard line. And that's where the Black Raiders will take over as they trail 28-7. Nice play by Rob. We've seen him make some plays since his sophomore year here.
Absolutely. Good, quick, hard-nosed kid. So, yeah, good play by Rob Emerson, getting the ball and just putting his nose up there and getting some nice positive yards.
So this young East High offense had a touchdown, and then last penalty sent them back their last possession, and the tighter coverage by Southeast Polk as now they're up on the corners or up on the receivers, take away those quick passes.
Yeah, they made some adjustments in a hurry. Pretty much right up on them, almost like a man-to-man coverage.
So the Black Raiders 2-2 on the season against the undefeated Southeast Polk Rams, who have won back-to-back state titles. So we got a little bit delay as they're trying to move the chain.
You know, looking at this, possibly, you know, with the way it's set up, I mean, Southeast Polk's got three down linemen and 2 backers. You got 5 guys there up middle. I mean, if you could.
Well, we'll see
maybe
what
pop
happens.
a run here.
First down and 10.
They're going to try it.
Little handoff and running straight into the middle there, and there's just simply nothing there as they're trying to establish a little bit of something down the middle as Kit taking the ball that time as Caleb Chabur was waiting for Rob Emerson. Excuse me, that wasn't Rob. That was Richard Stewart was in the backfield.
Yeah. Cooper Martinson, that big number 60 boy, he plugs up the holes too.
They pop it again and swinging out to the outside. This time is J.J. Gosh. Nice to see J.J. back in there. He's had the last 2 carries. I made a mistake there, and J.J. is going to fall forward for about 3 yards, and it's going to bring up another 3rd down and 7 right here as East High trying to pop something out of that run game now that the receivers are being played tightly.
Yeah, they've really crammed down. Takes a throwing game. It looks like it's a great area where you could run the ball too, but I mean, there's some big time players in that defensive front for Southeast Polk.
Well, you don't see it a lot, but it really comes down to man-to-man matchups. Here's a blitz on Cal Jepson. He's going to roll to the outside, has running room if he wants it. He's going to pull up, fires the ball for Williams, and he makes the catch, I believe, and yes, they say yes. What a catch, and that was reminiscent of the touchdown play as Jepson got outside the pocket, waved, and Michael Williams came back this time and made the play, and we'll look at it on our instant replay right there. Good play by Cal Jepson.
Cal, I mean, that's, getting outside the pocket and rolling and stuff like that. And then he's got some good receiver, and Williams does a nice job coming back to the ball, makes a great catch going for it, and that's the kind of plays that they're going to need to move this offense tonight.
So first down for East High at the Southeast Polk 44-yard line, trailing 28-7. But on the move right here, Cal Jepson making plays with his feet and his savvy. Takes a snap there. There's a quick out caught by Williams, who's the go-to guy. Michael thought about stepping out of bounds, thought he'd stay in, and stepped out after a gain of about 3 yards on the play.
So, yeah, no, good job there. I mean, that's what the offense got to do, kind of keep the ball, move it down the field. But it's been taking some little razzle-dazzle type stuff to get the ball moved down the field.
From the 42-yard line, East High will take the snap as they're trying to stay in this football game. Clock stopped at 9:56 here in the second quarter. They're going to have to find a way to somehow keep this team. Oh, there's a fire pass. Nice play right there. And breaking to the outside. He may go. Gets down to about the 5-4, and he's knocked out of bounds. What a play by John Yates, his second big play of the night.
John Yates with a nice sat in that window there, took the ball, got a nice catch, and then did a lot on his own there, yards after the catch. So putting the Black Raiders down at 1st and goal.
Cal Jepson with a pinpoint shot pass right there. And first down and goal. Gosh will be the lone back. East High trying to fire it in. Gosh is going to get the football here, and that one's going to cave in as they try to go lateral out there, and it's simply not going to work.
No, with too much speed, it's going to be tough to run it in here. You're going to have to, I think, possibly just get outside the pocket, a bootleg, or roll out to the left or right. And
not only a wasted down, but a loss of 3, bringing up a 2nd and goal from the 9. Far right hash for the East High Black Raiders, trying to get on the board right here. They need touchdowns. They can't settle for field goals, certainly against this football team. Turns, looks, gives the ball to Gosh, and he's going to fall forward for about a gain of 1. It'll bring up a 3rd down as Caden Kane, 6'2", 215, made the tackle from his linebacker position right there, and now it's going to bring up a big 3rd and goal as Williams is to the far side. He's the bigger receiver. He has some size, with one of the rare size matchups that East High has on that right corner. Look for the lob possibly to Williams on the short side of the field.
Yeah, coming out here to the left, looks like it's probably going to go to the left, or you got a one-on-one match maybe over there with Williams on the right, Richards on the wide left here. So
Stewart and Yates to the left here. Jepson's going to look, fires, ball's deflected, and the ball's intercepted. And Lucky almost went back for 6. The ball was deflected and then intercepted nicely right there by Caden Hills, 6'2", 185, and that was a big scoring opportunity, not taken advantage of by the East High Black Raiders.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Those windows really shrink down inside the goal line. So, the one thing in this game that they might have had the best, we always talk about because fades are tough, but that might have been the best option, but that's still tough too.
We're not big fade guys, but they did have the matchup on the right side, but what a catch by Hills. On the deflection, that ball was still sizzling.
Yeah, it got batted. He made a nice interception on the play.
So 1st down, this is, if anything, this is the farthest Southeast Polk has started. Last time they were back this far, they threw a 75-yard touchdown pass. Connor Moberly, the quarterback, going to Iowa State next year. Going to hand the ball off, and this time the East High, that young defensive group, made the play right there. Is coming up nicely to stop C.J. Phillips at the point of attack for the Black Raiders was number 5, Kason Claiborne, the freshman.
Yeah, Claiborne, a good-sized, big-bodied freshman, coming up and put a nice stick there.
6'3", 180 pounds, just a freshman. Him and Ford are 2 good-looking freshman players, but a lot to ask for when you're playing a team as physical and talented as these Rams. So 2nd down and 9. Moberly turns, looks, fires it, has a man, and we got a penalty flag down. It's going to take the touchdown away. I think they've got motion as Carson Robbins, who's made some big plays, is going to score from 85 yards out, but we've got a penalty flag, and it looks like the Rams are coming back on this one.
Yeah. Legal man down, or lineman downfield, so Raiders catch a big break on that one.
Wow. So they must have, the formation must have been wrong on that quick pass because there's no way a lineman could get downfield. So on the left side, they must have had a illegal formation, and somebody going to have to get off the line of scrimmage, I believe.
Yeah.
So that'll send them back and take the touchdown away from Carson Robbins, who he's a playmaker at 6', 170. Has 5 touchdowns. That would have been his 6th. We saw him on that punt return, and he's certainly another guy. He's going to get a break here. He's like, come on, guys. That was a long run for nothing.
That's the worst thing. You get a big touchdown run, and then you look back and you see that flag. That's just a disheartening feeling.
So 2nd down and 14 from the 10-yard line for the Rams. This young East High defense hoping to get a stop here, and they got a chance right here. They got to make a play. Moberly's going to start. He's under pressure. He's going to be throwing the ball out of bounds, and nice play by the Black Raiders, setting up a big 3rd down play right here.
Yeah, sophomore Colin Pittenger putting some pressure on Moberly and getting some good heat on him, and we got a 3rd and 14, and like to see the Southeast punter come onto the field.
Oh boy, got that right. Colin Pittenger, one of those good sophomores, 6'2", 220 pounds. So big 3rd down play right here for the Black Raiders as their crowd's up and their bench is up. They know how big a play this is going to be right here. We'll see what Moberly can do on a 3rd and 14. This is what separates the good quarterbacks right here. They fake the blitz. He steps out and has position over, waiting, good pressure, and if they throw it out of bounds again, an excellent defense by the East High Black Raiders.
Yeah, that's a big win for the Black Raider defense, getting off the field, a 3 and out, and now we should get some good field position, and, they got a chance to score. Boy, if you could get this to 28-14. Last time they probably would have kicked a field goal if they didn't get the interception, I would imagine, just to take as many points as you could get.
So Connor Moberly extended the plays, but great coverage by the East High Black Raiders secondary, and they should get great field position right here, as the Rams probably haven't punted a whole heck of a lot this year. And East High, Richard Stewart is standing at his 50. Snap is good. Left-footed kicker hits a good one. And Stewart's going to call fair catch at the 47-yard line, where they'll take over right there for the East High Black Raiders. They have great field position. See if they can score. We'll be back with more football on metrosports.tv. It's 28-7, the number 1 ranked Rams lead.
Happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
47-yard line for the East High Black Raiders, trailing 28-7 here in the second quarter. A great defensive stand this time after a touchdown pass was called. They're going to go with a fade to Williams. We'd have liked to have seen that last. It was one play away. This time we don't like the long field fade. That rarely works, and this one didn't.
Yeah.
But they had a good matchup on the other side, and we would like to see that one.
Nice grab there, though, by Williams. Coming up and high pointing that ball there.
Yeah.
So
Williams at 6'3", the last first and goal, he had a matchup against a 5'7" corner, Emmanuel Gay, and we thought they would go to that fade, but they decided not to. They were picked off and didn't score at all. So still good field position for East High. Kel Jepson has played with a lot of confidence against this big Ram defense. He's going to drop back, try to set up the screen. Now he's in trouble, and now he's going to be sacked. And that time, that play was
they read that screen.
They did. Draven Woods, you're not going to get away from that guy at 6'4", 235. And Cale tried to extend it, but
yeah, and what happened is, too, you had linemen downfield, and after that, with the screen, if you watch Southeast Polk, they just, as soon as they saw that screen, they just, immediately, they were so disciplined, they just stuck with their guys. So.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Loss of 15 on the play, and now going to send the ball back to their own 37-yard line. So the good field position on the Southeast Polk side of the field didn't work out for them here, and it's going to be 3rd down and 24. And this is usually a screen play, but they're going to try one anyway, and it's simply not going to work.
Yeah, they're just well disciplined on that. They're reading those keys, and so
yeah, you just
can't.
Better off running the football, maybe running some clock or something, or I don't know, just toss it down there. But that wasn't going anywhere. So the East High Black Raiders with 2 not very good offensive series here the last 2 times they had the football. But the opponent has a little bit to do with that.
Yeah, and the one of them, they just the turnover. They had a shot for. It's almost like we wish Dauphin would have scored from the run. You know what I mean? Got it in. It's easier to score from outside the 25, 30 than when you get inside the red zone. So
yeah, that was Yates on that big play.
Or,
and here's a
Yates,
kickoff, and Robin's going to let this one catch. Or we're going to maybe run a reverse off there or something. It was as Zemovich.
Some good coverage there, though.
And the East High is starting to establish themselves, playing with a little confidence on the defensive side of the football field.
Yep, they did last time, get a little momentum. But we got a little time here. Our buddy Tim West came into town this week, and I know him and Tyler Vanderloo were going to watch the game, and he's been texting me. And Tyler went over to his sister's Ashley, and I know they're watching the game. And I was always going to give a shout out to Ashley Vanderloo. She was an outstanding high school softball player, played for East High, and inducted into the Iowa High School Girls Union Hall of Fame, and played for the Hawks for a few years. So give a shout out to them, and I know they always tune in to watch us, Pat.
You bet. Ashley got all the talent from her mom, not from that dad. Just joking, Raz. You got a lot of talent. Here's a quick one by Moberly out to, and good move right there as go back to the quick game as Moberly fires it over to his favorite receiver, the junior Sam Zelovich, and Zelovich makes the play, and we've got some players down as these East High sophomores, these young players, they're playing hard.
They are playing hard, yeah. You know, that last defensive series might have gave them a little confidence, you know, to, you know, kind of get up there and bow their necks in there. And, you know, right away they were just kind of shell-shocked. I mean, you got the #1 team coming in, you know, you're kind of in awe. I mean, this team's been talked about for the last 2 years, 5 stars coming out of the program. So, yeah, they did get a little confident, and they're seeing that, you know, what it takes to play with a team like this.
First down and 10 for the Rams at their own 45-yard line. Moberly turns, hands the ball off, and Jacob Brofogel, the sophomore linebacker, up there to make the tackle on Landon Vandenwerf, who has a touchdown here tonight. The junior leans forward for a gain of 3, just short of midfield.
I guarantee you, Brofogel, he's learned from his brother Ethan, who was a good linebacker. So this guy's a sophomore, big kid. We're going to be saying his name a lot down the next couple of years.
Ethan was an outstanding football player for the East High Black Raiders. 4:45 to go, second quarter. The Rams trying to pop in another one. They go a little play action. They fire it out there, and they better make the tackle as a couple of moves, and going all over is Sam Zelovich, and he is their featured receiver, and we can see why.
Yeah, good receiver and good moves in open field. Took the turf to bring him down on that play.
So another first down, and Moberly certainly looks the part at 6'4", 190. Probably will be 6'4", 210, 215 when it's all said and done, when he's down at Iowa State. But they've got the Cyclones got themselves a good one.
Yeah. I expect him to do big things down there. He's a good-looking kid, and he'll be playing in that new reformatted Big 12.
Phillips comes back in there, the hard-running senior, puts his head down, breaks a couple of tackles. East High says they got the football, but the officials say that down after a gain of 12 as J.J. Gosh says, hey, I got the ball. Give us a break here on the home field. But the official said, no, you're going to have to earn it. So clock running, under 4 minutes to go, second quarter. So Westy's in town, huh?
Yeah, I was at practice. The next thing I know, he drove down from Minneapolis today, and I was like, he kind of shocked me. And so, yeah, I know he always tunes in and listens to us up in Minneapolis, and always gives us good banter while we're broadcasting games. So
doesn't everybody?
Yeah, football and basketball.
And if we broadcast tennis, you know, he was a state champion, Minnesota state champion in tennis.
He was, yeah. I've played him in tennis before. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, he was phenomenal. Just recreational, right over here at Morningside, over at the tennis courts, as we can see him here. So
we won't be streaming that live.
No.
Hard count gets a first down and 5. Second time Moberly has fooled the East High Black Raiders on that hard count. They go again with a quick one, fire it out there, and making the play, and good hard tackle by East High on Jack Falloon. Falloon, another nice size receiver. Boy, they've got nice size receivers. They're all 6'2", 6'3". Make the play right there. But the Black Raiders were quick to make the tackle. Rob Emerson is having a nice night. Makes the play. Claiborne also over to make the tackle. Clock running, 3:06 to go. 28-7. And East High would love to keep them out of the end zone right here. The Rams have scored on 4 of their 5 possessions. They're going to take a timeout here as they want to change the play at the line of scrimmage. Try to change play at the line of scrimmage. We're going to take a timeout with them on Metro Sports Television as the Raiders trying to stop the Rams here in the second quarter.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Thank you to all of our advertisers on Metro Sports Television, including Jamie Pick of American Family, where he presents this game. You're in good hands with Jamie Pick. And Manly Obick Chiropractor, get your health needs taken care of at Manly Obick, and our good friends from All Power Incorporated. And going to need a little power. They've ran into a little power tonight, and a ball down at your own 19-yard line. And the East High Black Raiders on 1st and 10 need a big stop right here.
Yeah, it would be nice if they could get a stop, get off the field, and, get this to halftime 28-7. Somewhat respectable.
Connor Moberly will get in the shotgun, as everyone does, and survey the East High Black Raider defense that have played pretty well the last couple of possessions. Vanderwerf gets popping outside, and he finds a room, and he's going to put his head down, bounce to the outside, and just like that, there's a touchdown by Landon Vanderwerf, his second of the night. As you see the instant replay right there, as Vanderwerf does such a nice job.
Yeah, good strong back, and he just, you got a good block there by Louders, number 18. Just kind of, he gets right behind him, follows him, and behind that big offensive line, a good blocking on the outside, and takes it right into the end zone. So Southeast Polk, we knew their ground game was pretty tough, and East has had a hard time stopping the run this year. But they're showing us, why they are one of the top teams in the state.
Kick is up and kick is good, and just like that, it's 35-7 when we come back. East High is going to have the football back with a little time to score. 35-7, they trail the Rams.
Widespread respect and admiration felt for someone or something on the basis of a perception of their achievements or quality. It's a name that speaks for itself. Prestige is something you earn.
It's where quality counts since 1975.
And we improve ourselves at every chance by working with customers every step of the way. Visit either Prestige Collision Center's location today, where it's more than just a name.
Landon Vanderwerf scores his second touchdown of the night, Jeps, and there's that good blocking.
Yeah, good blocking out there on the edge, and then a good run, too, him lowering his shoulder and just a high leg drive. And this team's got some really good backs, from quarterback to backs and good receivers, kind of the whole package.
We've talked about it earlier in the game. We've seen it, the Metro teams from Des Moines, they come up, their backs seem to run so hard. Has a lot to do with the competition. You don't run hard, you're not playing for these football.
No, absolutely, yeah, your time's limited. So, you can tell these guys do. They run hard. They get those legs chugging and shoulders lowered, and, they get good leverage when they're going through the hole.
And it helps when you have a Division I quarterback, some outstanding receivers, and an offensive line that averages 285.
That would always help.
Here's the kick as East High, Dane Milton's going to catch it in the end zone. That one's going to come back out, and East High has some time. They've moved the football with some big plays, a touchdown pass to Williams, a big pass to John Yates. Cal Jepson has played well. 2:44 to go. It'd be nice to see if they could put something together here.
Yeah, I mean the best is when getting Cal out there on the edge. Like when he can roll out to the right or left, and kind of when coverage breaks down, because those receivers do come back to the ball or find windows that he can throw to.
Williams has been his big play man. He is on the left hash nearest you. Miles Wagger is the lone back. Trips to the right side for the sophomore quarterback Cal Jepson, who was the star last week in a big comeback win against North High with 3 touchdowns in the final quarter for a big win for the Black Raiders. Trying to move the ball against number 1 ranked Southeast Polk. Miles Wagger's going to fumble the football. It's going to be picked up, and this one might go back for 6. It's going to be, as again, Drayvon Woods, the all-stater, the big guy, got a gift, and that's the one thing they wanted to avoid as Woods scores. Didn't want to make it easy, and East High didn't know the snap count there or the play, really, as Cal Jepson got the snap early, handed it to Wagger, who wasn't expecting it, and it's an easy touchdown.
Yeah, ouch. Yeah, look off track there, high snap, and easy one for the big D end.
So Woods gets on the scoreboard, the big guy. He does a lot of heavy work in there, so it's good to see the big guy score, but not 42-7 here in the first half. So,
yeah, looking at some film on Woods this week, and you can just he plays all over the place, and he's just a force inside, and especially on the edge.
This young kicker, Hunter Chanafon, knocks in another one. So it's 42-7, just like that. We'll come back on Metro Sports Television.
To add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking at.
Yeah, that's Jeff's play.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah.
It's 42-7
he's in it.
as an unlucky events unfolded that time for East High, and as you mentioned, they could not give them easy touchdowns, and a fumble, scoop and score from inside the 20-yard line. Way too easy for this powerful Southeast Polk football team.
Yeah, just very unfortunate. They had a chance to get it to 28-14 here just a few minutes ago, and didn't score, squandered that, and you can't give a good team like this opportunity. And a lot of times teams like this create opportunity because, of the pressure that they put on your offense.
They do, and 2:36 to go, so it's going to be important this time for East High to take care of the football. They've had their moments against this powerful Ram team as Cardfon bangs one out there, and Milton is going to dance around, try to get somewhere. He's still on his feet. We're going to have a hold, maybe a face mask. I think he might have got number 12 for East High for a hold, but number 3 is looking perplexed.
That was a lot of work to get to the 5-yard line. I know that.
Got an update from Sioux Falls, number 1 versus number 2. O'Gorman, number 2. Huge crowd and a huge viewing audience, as we can see. 14-14, Lincoln and O'Gorman. Lincoln, number 1 ranked. O'Gorman, number 2. Brad Newitt, John Gaskins, and our Metro Sports crew doing that game, so they've got a good one going on here. As we mentioned, boy, would you love to see those football teams against the Southeast Pokes. And
it would be good if they could arrange some type of games, with teams from different states and play, kind of like in Alabama and Florida they do with certain teams. And
handoff popping up as Gosh trying to look for some running room. Tavian Collins, 6'6", 290 pounds, senior. Steps in there at defensive line as Southeast Polk going to rotate some people in, as they should, up 42-7. They're going to be playing a lot of football this year.
Yeah, it's good to get those guys in, get them rotated in.
Brock Thompson, another substitute going in. He comes in at 6'2", 245, so their reserves are awful big as well. Cal Jepson facing a 2nd down and 6 with his back to the goal line. Hands the ball off to Miles Wagner. Miles going to lean forward for a couple of yards. And he's going to be brought down by a very active Caden Kane, senior linebacker, 6'2", 215.
And we talk about seniors. Southeast Polk, 45 seniors on the roster. So it's a senior-dominated team, a well-coached team, a good-looking team, and a lot of good players. East trying to just knife out a 1st down here to get this thing to halftime.
3rd down and 5 right here. Clock running, 1:13 to go, 1st half. Pat Schultz, Brian Jepson here tonight, bringing you East High football. 42-17, and we knew they'd have their work cut out for them. But they're hanging in there as best they can against an awfully good football team, and we're going to get a timeout called by East High as they wanted to run clock down as much as they could. Next week, only 1 game, well, believe it or not, on Metro Sports TV. We did 6 last weekend. Only 2 tonight, a couple of big ones. Number 1 ranked teams going at it, and then next week, just 1 game up in Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls always has some big games, and they do that Saturday. They play a lot of games on Saturday too early in the year, don't they?
Early in the year,
they play some Saturday games.
They do, yeah.
I've been able to watch.
Yep. Brad Newitt and that group. Of course, welcome to our featured schools this year. West Sioux's been with us for since the inception of Metro Sports Television, but the Hinton Blackhawks have given us some entertaining games, and we'll be over there in a couple of weeks. But
some good football, local football at all classes around the area.
3rd down and 5 right here. 42-7 is your score, and East High is going to have to take care of the ball at 3rd and 5, as they're going to go empty backfield and expect something quick, and hopefully someone in black catches the ball, not with black uniforms. They're going to go with that fade, lob it up for Williams, and the ball's going to be dropped and almost intercepted as that one floated up there. They had the matchup they wanted. That's the play we wanted some time ago, and
that kind of gives you a chance because he can really go up and high point a ball. So you get a matchup like that, and then it's just who can go up and get the ball. punting out of your end zone is never fun.
Well, 30 seconds to go, and two dangerous receivers, including Carson Robbins, back there standing at the East High 40-yard line. And this clock is running, and Southeast Polk is not going to use a timeout. They'll let it go. Well, play clock will run out prior, so this punt return may be your last play of the half right here.
And I probably wouldn't even punt to him.
Well, maybe turn it down on.
Maybe angle it to the side or something. If you give these guys an opportunity to run it back, it could be 49-7.
Yeah,
is what I'm.
Indeed.
With the ability that I've seen these punt returners have.
So interesting, even at 42-7 to see. And
there's always a chess match, huh?
This young football team, Coach Winkelpleck, these are the situations you want to work on, and there's learning experiences all over for this Black Raider team tonight, which they went going in, they knew as much. And so we'll see what they do here with 7 seconds to go, 4th down and 5. Jacob Burrell, who's already had a standout career and just a junior. Had a couple of long misses last week on the field goal attempt. They're going to come hard. He's going to get it away. There will be a fair catch, and we'll have 1 second. So now they're going to, I think they should have 1 second. They should have able to play as, nope, like Mike Winkelpleck, coach, said, let's get off the field, and Southeast Polk wants to work on their short clock plays, not going to get a chance. But they lead 42-7 here at halftime as the #1 ranked Rams show exactly why they are going for their 3rd straight 5A championship. We'll be back with a halftime show brought to you today by Jamie Pick and American Family Insurance. When we come back, 42-7 here at half. This is Metro Sports TV.
A little hot air for a while, just to mix things up.
Is your old air conditioner talking back to you?
Wait, what's that? Lennox brochures? You're replacing me?
Kalen's Indoor Comfort can fix your grumpy old air conditioner or replace it with an energy-efficient Lennox system.
Just because my coil's leaking again? Oopsie.
Sounds like a job for the experts at Kalen's Indoor Comfort. Call or visit us online. When you want comfort, you want Kalen's.
Lennox. Air is life. Make it perfect.
A lot happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
You don't just play, you game. United Sports Academy at CNOS Fieldhouse has every field for every player. 20,000 square feet of turf, 3 batting cages, volleyball courts, basketball courts, pickleball, and more. If you got game, you got to get to United Sports Academy. Challenge yourself and sign up for programs, teams, or even rent the facility. Lessons, sports clinics, and training for every athlete. Get your game on at United Sports Academy. Online at usportsacad.com.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
In Sioux City, see Mark Johnson at 329 West 20th Street.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Each year, a whopping 5 billion pizzas are consumed throughout the world.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times gather.
Fire up your taste buds. There are now 2 Peas to Please in Lamar's and now in Dakota Dunes. Grab a drink and treat yourself with our signature pizza, gourmet burgers, or an amazing pasta dish. Peas Pizza House in Lamar's and now in Dakota Dunes.
Back here on Metro Sports at Kalen's Indoor Comfort halftime show. I'm Mitch McCumber. I'm joined by Brian Jepson as the band for East High plays at halftime. So far, Jeps, a kind of lopsided first half. Southeast Polk came out first play on their first drive, scored a touchdown. East then responded after a couple Southeast Polk scores, and then they kind of opened the floodgates there in the late part of the second quarter.
Yeah, we kind of started right off from the get-go. Connor Moberly, the Iowa State recruit, connecting with a big 75-yard touchdown pass to C.J. Phillip and or Sam Zelovanich. And from there, it was the running show, and Moberly kind of hitting his receivers, his top receivers. Vanderwolf also running some touchdowns in there, but a couple backs like Phillips and Vanderwolf, and that big old line for Southeast Polk kind of just taking control. And we saw why they're probably the number 1 team in the state and going for a three-peat and state title.
Yeah, it's no joke or no real disguise what they were going to do on the defensive side of the ball. For the most of the part, did have 3 down linemen, kind of played back in coverage, forced East to be able to run the ball on them, but they closed gaps really well, and then just gave Jeps really no time with any receiver open. There was a couple times where he scrambled around and was able to make a play with his feet, and especially on that touchdown pass, just suffocating on defense, and then on the offensive side of the ball with those bigger offensive linemen, able to give Moberly time back in the pocket, and then give their running back some lanes to open up.
Yeah, and I know Cal, he's well aware of Drayvon Woods at number 0. He brings some heat. But, for East to move the ball, and there were some times, but basically getting outside the pocket, a little scrambling, and they had the big pass play where he hooked up with Mike Williams, and then they had another drive where a couple passes down to the 6-yard line, but that kind of they try to run the ball, and it's hard to run against this stout Southeast Polk defense, and that ended up being an interception off a deflected pass, and that kind of thwarted their drive there, which would have brought it to a 28-14 game. And then, the turnover down there towards the end where they picked it up, scooped and score, and then you get yourself a 42-7 game.
And big things with a team that comes in, ranked number 1 in Class 5A, taking care of the football is going to be a huge thing. So far, first half, East has 2 turnovers on their side. Almost had a turnover go in their favor on a run Southeast Polk had. Thought it kind of went into East's hands, but didn't look it over. Official said he was down, but in the second half, if they want to try to get any sort of momentum back in this one, we do have a running clock second half. What's East going to have to do offensively just to be able to sustain some drives?
Well, I just think they just got to, at halftime, they just kind of got to regroup and say, hey, we know what the score is. We know what the opponent we're playing, but we just got to kind of work on things that's going to better us and go out and compete and try to work their offense and make tackles and make blocks and make passing plays and do what's going to help them to progress in the season. And then, take from this game that they know what a quality team Southeast Polk, what it takes to be at that level.
And you do have a young team in Sioux City East and a very veteran team in Southeast Polk. They're kind of showing early in the first quarter and see how much heart and pride these East High Black Raiders have coming out second half. We'll take a quick break and got a nice interview with Steve Christensen.
Steve Christensen
coming on right here after the break here on Metro Sports Television.
Happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Things are growing great at Baumgar's, your one-stop shop for plants and trees of all kinds. You'll find what you need for all your lawn and garden projects, from bulbs or seeds to things to kill those nagging weeds, from tillers, trimmers, and mowing machines to spreaders and fertilizers to keep your lawn green. You'll find patio furniture and grills and landscaping galore, because Baumgar's is your lawn and garden headquarters store.
What you need when you need it at Baumgar's.
Okay, Okay, welcome back to Olson Stadium, and at halftime, I got a longtime friend and teammate from the 84 and 85 football seasons at Sioux City East, Steve Christensen. Him and I go way back to almost kindergarten. We played junior high football on the Hawkeye Bank City Championship team, and that was just an East Junior battle between Hawkeye Bank and Profina. But the unique thing about this is Steve and I were juniors on the state championship team, and we had a great senior year where we almost made it back to the Dome, an 8-1 season, and did a lot of great things and had a lot of great experiences. And his son, Titus Christensen, was part of Southeast Polk's state title a couple years ago, and on 100-meter champ, Drake won the 100 meters at Drake and on some outstanding relays. So, Steve, welcome back to Olson Stadium, and it's great to see you. And I saw that you were coming back, and you've been part of the Southeast program for several years now. And what's your thoughts?
Hey, I appreciate that, Brian. What a privilege to be here and be with you at Raider Nation. Good to be back. What formerly was Roberts Stadium for us back in the day. That's how I knew it. Now it's Olson Stadium, but what a great place to be. What a great atmosphere, and really excited to be back and have a love for both of these teams. So it's hard for me to root against anybody tonight, but been a part of both programs and a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and I know looking at the pictures from a couple years ago, it was kind of cool to see you and your son carrying that state championship trophy, and that had to be a good feeling, you know, being a part of that and watching him play. And I was keeping tabs on him doing this, and I know from punt returns and kick returns and rushing the ball, and he was right up there in the top of the state. Now he's playing football for Grandview.
Yeah, he's been privileged enough to continue to have opportunity. So he's at Grandview University, and he redshirted last year as a freshman. So just getting his feet wet this year as a true freshman in football, and looking forward to seeing as they're ranked in the top 5 again. Grandview University is.
Yeah, so you watch a lot of football. You check the high school out on Friday nights, and you got the college on Saturday, and then I'm sure you tune into other college games, because I know you're big Hawkeye fan, I'm a big Husker fan, so we used to have those talks forever. Yeah. You got the better end of it the last few years. Yeah. I had you in the early days.
But anyway, last year you got us good, though.
Finally, so. It's great to see you back here, and I know that you probably hit some spots in Morningside when you come back. Some of the, it's such a tradition here, East High football and football in Morningside. This area is, if you research the history, teams going all the way back into the 30s, there's guys up for the Heisman. Guy Chamberlain played at Sioux City East.
Wow.
And, we think of all the players, and we had we always do a Raider Legend of the Week, and this week's guy is Alan Burns.
Yeah,
so I wanted to bring Alan Burns up, and he was bootlegging Burns, and he was a 400-meter state champ, back-to-back 400-meter state champs, and I run into him every once in a while, but he's a Raider Legend of the Week, and we both know him. We know the quality of person he is and the athlete that he was. So
yeah, it was fun to watch him. He was lightning fast, and obviously led our team to a state championship that year. Of course, behind the great coaching of Coach Fiegel.
Yeah, Coach Fiegel, and Coach O'Hearn watches. I got to give a shout out to Coach O'Hearn. He watches all our games in Des Moines, and he's one of the main reasons I went into coaching and teaching. Jim O'Hearn, Coach Fiegel, 2 great guys, 2 leaders for us, and that's the great thing about high school sports. The quality leadership that you get, and you build character and teamwork and all those things that and I know, and it's just great to be part of.
Yeah, and really these coaches inspire in ways that you don't realize at the time, but as you move forward in life, you realize how special it was, how special Friday night lights are out here on the field. You never get those back, and the camaraderie you build with teammates, and so definitely special, definitely something that I cherish, and it's good just to be back and continue to get to watch this fun game.
Yeah, and it's hard to believe when you actually look on the field here, it was 38 years ago when it was our senior season out here. 38 years ago since we, it seems like yesterday, but now, it doesn't, but it's 38 years ago we were out here and playing those games and playing in front of the fans here. But the whole thing, this whole community has always backed football here in Sioux City.
Well, I just love it. And black and orange is my favorite color still. I bleed those, and black and yellow in the Hawkeyes. And it is just fun to see the stadium again, to see so many fans and so much support from this community. And once again, that's what makes football special. It's not just about the players or just the coaches. It's about the fans. It's about the community, the parents, the grandparents, everybody who gets behind this and gets involved. So Raider Nation, man, I'm proud of you, excited, and thankful to be a part of this legacy.
And hopefully next year, East got a young team. These schedules flip next year, so we will be at Southeast Polk. and I do have my nephew does play, so I've seen him come up, and I'll with myself and his dad, we were always giving him tips and pointers and stuff like that. But I think the Raiders got it. They got some some players coming up, and they're going to get like we said, they start 14 sophomores and freshmen. So it's a young team. It's going to get better, and if they can take from this today and build on it for the rest of the season and into next year. So
yeah, and I think that's important that you just learn from what you're grow from what you're experiencing this year. And we've got 40 plus seniors on Southeast Polk, so we lose most of all of our offense. We're going to have to rebuild and try to redo it again. But that's what we had to do our senior year. Most of us didn't start, and we had to rebuild, and it can happen in a year. You can see that growth.
Yeah, and I think more of Southeast Polk, they're kind of at the reload. They're reload those juniors. Yeah, kind of like we used to kind of have the juniors and the seniors take the senior spot. So one other question I just want to ask you. So everybody comes back. What's your favorite place to eat in Morningside? I know there's a lot of them. I mean,
that's
Jerry's
easy.
Pizza.
Let me just tell you, I just spent $130 on Jerry's Pizzas.
I was going to say, yeah.
I got half baked. I got 6 of them, and I brought a cooler, and I already ate one myself, and I'm going home with 6 more.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Jerry, I would say the same thing. Jerry's Pizza. You get the wings at Bob Rose, and Tasty's in and out. There's some Charlie Boys and stuff like that. So a lot of good food. But no, I appreciate you coming up, and it's great to see you. And it looks like you might play in the Arena League. Looks like this guy's been lifting some weights, man.
I'm just trying to stay. I got one freshman still that plays for Southeast Polk, so hopefully he'll get out on the field. He plays defense.
You got another boy coming. So
one
he's
more.
A freshman.
But you look fit as well, and those friendships that last a lifetime are built right here on these fields. So I'm excited for the future of Raider football and Raider Nation. And so thank you so much for having me on. It's a true privilege.
Yep, great seeing you, Steve, and best of luck to you and your family. You bet.
Take care. God bless.
Protection is important, especially when you're talking about your dreams, which is why we're going to keep you covered with plans that can save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. That's protection.
In Sioux City, see Mark Johnson at 329 West 20th Street.
I'm on strike till I get a big drink of refrigerant.
Is your old air conditioner talking back to you?
Can I get this dent looked at? I'm feeling a little woozy.
Kalen's Indoor Comfort can repair that grumpy old air conditioner or replace it with an energy-efficient Lennox system.
When's the last time you even hosed the dirt off my fins?
Sounds like somebody needs a little TLC. Call the experts at Kalen's Indoor Comfort for Lennox quality you can count on.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Telco Triad Community Credit Union is continuing our 78-year celebration with the following CDs. 36 months at 4%, 48 months at 4.25%, and 60 months at 4.5% APY. We also have 6 to 24-month terms, all with only $1,000 minimum investment. So call us today. Telco Triad, it's where you belong.
Back here at the Kalen's Indoor Comfort halftime show as we approach a minute before kicking the second half. Eastside going to have to look to rebound in this second half after giving up 42 points in the first quarter. Doing so offensively, we're going to be on the hands of Cal Jepson. They've done some good things offensively through the air and on the ground as well, with Miles Wagger running the ball. He's going to have to keep up that intensity against his Southeast Polk defense. And on the defensive side of the ball, just contain what you've been able to do with a big 35-point lead. Looks like Southeast Polk will probably not unload all the tricks out of the bag, but just contain what you've seen so far first half and adjust film-wise to go to the second half. We will take a 30-second break and be back with the second half call. Pat Schultz, Brian Jepson will be right back on Metro Sports.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Welcome back to Olson Stadium. Just getting ready for the second half here as the Black Raiders are out looking to receive the football. Southeast Polk looking to tee it up here, and we were ready for a second half of football. First half, Pat, we thought, we knew Southeast Polk was good. You kind of hope in a high school game there's little areas where, you can, when you're playing, you're the big underdog, you can make some things happen. And they had a chance there to make a few things happen. But this Southeast Polk, solid from offense, defense, special teams. The whole gamut. They run the whole gamut.
They're really good.
Solid.
You can flip on the TV tomorrow and you're going to go, wow. Maybe Southeast Polk could beat Iowa. But they're an impressive football team. They have all the weapons offensively. Their backs are really good. They run hard. We've seen that many times. But they have a Division I quarterback. They have tall receivers that are outstanding. And that offensive line we've been very impressed with.
Yeah.
And things don't change out Southeast Polk. They stress line play, and you certainly can see it.
And you see they get off the ball and they knock people off the ball, and you can really tell the line play is just a superior type of line play.
For the East High Black Raiders, what's the key here in the second half? Just keep trying to get better.
Yeah, you're out. You got a chance to compete against one of the best teams, and you just try to do and what you can do and get better and make plays, and it's a second half. It's an opportunity today to go out and play a great game and do the best you can.
Well, he caught with half the body in the end zone. Nobody blew their whistle. Southeast Polk players slowed down, and the official told Richard Stewart to take off, so he did. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 12-yard line. So field position not good for the East High Black Raiders. Quarterback Cal Jepson played well. Touchdown pass in the first half. An unfortunate interception on a deflection. Second and goal against down at the Southeast Polk 8-yard line. But the young sophomore has played well.
Yeah, he's done some good things, and the one thing he shows that competitive spirit. And he's going out there and trying his best, and getting him on the edge and stuff. He's made some plays, and here it looks like a good play maybe to start the second half.
Popping out of there is Stewart as he gets a nice block by Logan Dolphin and pops up, and Cal Jepson uses that strong arm to get it out there. The one thing that impresses me more about anything, Cal has a good arm, is his savvy, and he really knows how to play the game.
Yeah, he's kind of good. He's kind of nifty in the pocket, rolling around the edge, looking for open, just like on that scramble play, looking for a receiver, looking downfield to find the ball. But, yeah, he knows how to play the game and play that position.
If we could stretch him up to about 6'4", like Moberly, that would be nice too.
Yeah, that would. Yeah,
I don't know if that's going to happen, but stranger things have happened. He fires it out there, and Logan Dolphin took off running.
And not being a very big guy myself, but I was on the Notre Dame sideline one time with Mark Walker had passes, and I'm standing there, and the next thing you know, I'm shaking hands with Doug Flutie, and I'm like, man, I'm taller than Doug Flutie. And this, that guy could, I was kind of shocked, but yeah, I talked to Doug Flutie just for a little bit.
So the drop pass by Logan took a first down away from East High, and they'll have a 3rd down and 3 right here. They're trying to go hard count to get this well-coached Ram team to jump, but they've been around a little bit. They weren't going to fall for that. It looks like they're going to send the house right here on 3rd down and 3. They do. Jepson turns, fires the ball out, and that one's too low for Michael Williams, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and 3. So the drop pass cost the Black Raiders a 1st down. Clock will be running. It's a 35-point game in Iowa high school football, so we're going to probably see a host of young players. And as you mentioned, this is a senior-dominated football team, so they're going to work and get some young players in there. And stepping back for the first time is Caden Hills, who had a big interception in the first half. The junior is going to probably be their punt returner next year, and we're probably glad to see Carson Robbins not back there. They kick the ball right to Hills. He catches the football at midfield, turns it up, and a good coverage again. Dane Milton down there. Dane's had quite a night.
Yeah, Dane with nice coverage down there, making a nice sure tackle. And, he has had quite a night, and he's done a really good job playing this year for East. And he's a junior, and he'll be back next year. And, he's got a good football career ahead of him.
Certainly does. Started last year as a sophomore and played quite well for that very good East High team from last year. So 1st and 10, and we have wholesale changes for Southeast Polk on offense as we expected. Quarterback is going to be junior Holden Hansen, 6'2", 200 pounds. And he hands the ball off, and substitutions all along the offensive line as well. Running the football was number 8, Edson Sama.
Jace Macer.
Number 36 is checked in. Yep, Jace Baxter checks in as we're going to try to catch up and get this new lineup for Southeast Polk as they lead 42-7. They fire it out there quickly, caught by Sama as the young quarterback is going to get a chance. Holden Hansen certainly has the name, and looks like he has the arm too. Fires that one out there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
And I imagine Southeast Polk, good opportunity to get their, backup units in as, they progress through the playoffs, give some guys a rest, avoid injuries. The one thing you don't want to have is some of your key players getting injured down the stretch.
Yeah, a lot of good football left. They beat a good Valley team early in the season. They'll close the season against Dowling, and then that playoff, you never know what's going to happen down there. Hansen turns, hands the ball off to Baxter. He's going to find himself his 1st down. Pittenger makes a nice tackle there as these young sophomores from East High are gaining valuable experience here against this juggernaut of a football program, Southeast Polk Rams.
Yep. Southeast Polk did have a dogfight last week with Ankeny Centennial winning 24-21. So a good game down there in the Des Moines area. So
both Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial are good football teams. Hansen turns, gives the ball to Baxter. He's going to fall forward, spins, twist. He runs hard as well, and he picks up about 5 yards. Jace Baxter, a senior, getting some carries here as C.J. Phillips and Landon Vanderwerf are going to get a break. Vanderwerf a junior, so he'll be back next year, probably be the featured back. As Southeast Polk trying to go for 3 straight state championships. Hansen on 2nd down and 7. The junior looks, pauses, fires, ball caught. Beautiful pass in there, and now a little bit of a drop-off for them next year as that ball was fired in there and caught by Cameron Hull, senior wide receiver. Nice play by Cameron.
Yeah, nice ball. And he just zipped that in there, and nice catch there.
Claiborne came up and made the late tackle for East High. That's going to bring a 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line of East High. First play of the game went for 75 yards and a touchdown. 4th play of the game went for a 42-yard touchdown. Just like that, it was 14-0. Went to 21-0, but the East High Black Raiders made it 21-7. Actually, 28-7. They had 1st and goal, but interception, and then scoop and score hurt. We're going to take a break as a quick timeout with 5:20 to go right here. 42-7, the Rams lead the Black Raiders.
Widespread respect and admiration felt for someone or something on the basis of a perception of their achievements or quality. It's a name that speaks for itself. Prestige is something you earn. It's where quality counts since 1975. And we improve ourselves at every chance by working with customers every step of the way. Visit either Prestige Collision Center's location today, where it's more than just a name.
Welcome back. Big game up in Sioux Falls. Metro Sports Television. Brad Newitt and his crew, 23-14 in the second quarter. Number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Lincoln leads O'Gorman. That's going to be a good one. And this game will probably be over as the young junior quarterback, Hansen's going to set up on a 1st down at the 12-yard line. He has Baxter to his left, He's going to get the football, pops it right up the middle, and he's got himself a touchdown.
Boy, nice run lower. Yeah, like we said, these backs, they run hard, and they do run hard. And, they hit a hole, and they hit it hard.
Oh, boy. As he pops in there for the touchdown, does Jace Baxter his second touchdown of the season. And, boy, if he's your third-team back, hello.
Yeah, nice-looking run there by Baxter, and he kind of had the load of the carries on that drive there and puts Southeast Polk up 48, soon to be 49-7.
Well, you remember the Husker heydays when you had Damon Benning as your fourth-team tailback. Oh, there's a snap. The ball's blocked, picked up.
That was a jinx. I jinxed it. I said 49-7. Intentional. So, yeah, 48-7.
The snap was bobbled, and we're going to stop at 48-7 when we come back on Metro Sports Television. East High will have the football.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Okay, we're back, 48-7. Here's the touchdown right here by the big back Baxter.
Yeah, Hanson with the handoff, and Baxter just rumbles behind that line and takes it into the end zone for about a 12-yard scamper.
So these hard-running backs, they do a nice job of finding these seams, and there's another touchdown. Our instant replays and our great shots brought to you by Great Shots Golf out of Sioux Falls. So 48-7 as the crowd still hanging around a little bit. I'm very impressed by the Southeast Polk crowd that made the long journey up. As why wouldn't they, to watch this exciting football team? And as you said, it's not going to be a piece of cake down there. You know, Ankeny Centennial, like I said, they nipped them last week. But Ankeny's pretty good. Valley's very good.
I mean, Dowling's always there's some tough competition for Southeast Polk to repeat. And they, like I said, they had a tight game last week, a 3-point game with Centennial. So there'll be some good competition.
Well, I heard a rumor today that Metro Sports TV may be doing some Des Moines games. That's just kind of what I've been hearing. 48-7 next year. 5:12 to go here as East High, who scored one touchdown and have moved the ball at times against this outstanding Southeast Polk Ram football team, as Dane Milton, Stewart's going to get this on the run. No, that's Logan Dolphin going to tear it up there and make a nice return right there. Excuse me, that's Chris Ford, the freshman, back there switching, and he looked good doing that.
Yeah, he's got some good speed, and I like the way he just took it. What you want with your kick returners is get the ball upfield, get as many yards as you can, and and if you can hit a seam, you hit a seam.
Chris has that stride that you like to see in an athlete too. So first down for East High. The young sophomore quarterback, Cal Jepson, who's having a solid sophomore season. First sophomore starter since the early 70s, according to our East High historian, Brian Jepson, standing to my right here at Olson Stadium. Jepson fires it out there, and again, they're just a little antsy on that as Stewart drops another one of those passes, and they got to catch those on first down.
Yeah,
he had a nice gain.
Catch that, you got 5-6 yards. You can't worry about getting hit.
Second drop in as many series for East High, and those are just plays, especially on first down, that move the chain, give yourself a second and short, and then you can do some things. They're going to go back and fire it, and then just like that, there's a catch and there's a stick. As Stewart's going to learn, once you make the catch,
lower your shoulders.
You better get those pads leveled out. But he did make the catch that time. He gets forward momentum to bring up a third down and short, as the official, for some reason, moves it back an extra yard. They like to do that in Iowa high school football. You ever notice that one?
Yeah.
Why they just always move it back a yard. Never could figure that out. So 3:33 running clock going on, and it's going to be third down and 3 for East High. Miles Waggart checks back in. Miles hasn't yet popped one, as we've seen in the past. He's gained some positive yardage. Jepson turns, fires, has a man, ball caught, and that's going to be a first down in a big game tonight for John Yates. John's third catch of the night, and that one's another one. He's got sure hands.
He does. He's got nice, sure hands, soft hands, and he's a nice target. And he's done a really good job in the receiving corps this year.
He's just a junior, 5'9", 170 pounds. And John, boy, if you can make plays against this football team, you're a player right there. And there's, again, just a little out of sync tonight, and it's hurt. Just these little things like turning upfield on a nice gain.
Yeah, little 5-yard penalties. Even the snaps have been a little more, off tonight than what I've seen in the first 4 games.
And that has something to do with probably who you're playing, but they'll work those kinks out. Next Thursday, they'll play Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, and that looks like East High will be a big favorite in that game. There's a snap like you were just talking about. Kale's going to run now, use that savvy, throw it out of bounds, kid. Now he's going to fire it in for a completion instead, right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, all that for, yeah.
I'll tell you what, in the next couple of years, if you want a treat, come out and watch Cal Jepson play football. He's going to be a lot of fun. And this young team going to be pretty good next year, and then senior year, look out.
Yeah, they get some building blocks here that are put in place.
Again, 14 sophomores start for this team. They got a couple freshmen out there playing too. So 2nd down and 15 after all that. No gain, but that sure was fun to watch. Kale's going to turn, pause. They're going to lob it up there for his big receiver, Michael Williams, and that one had to be to the outside. It was to the inside.
Yep, inside position. And
great coverage right there by number 29, Lucas Chambers, a junior, and he comes up with an interception.
Yeah, DB, really turned his hips nice and just ran with the receiver all the way down there, and
he certainly
put himself
did.
in position.
They've been 2 fades away from the time they should have used it, and you don't like to see Cal get interceptions like that. Just from a statistical point of view, he's played too well to throw 2 interceptions here tonight. But it kind of works out as a punt. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Rams. The quarterback is Holden Hansen. Let him do a score the last time. So now he's got a longer field. See what the junior can do. Oh, there's a snap. Ball's on the turf. Picks it up. He's going to fire it out of bounds. So wise play by Hansen. He was out of the pocket and heads up right there.
Yeah, shot through his hand. Yeah, and he got another fortunate bounce to get that ball back and throw it away.
East High would like to get another score or two, and at 48-7.
Try to keep him under 50 and get another score, maybe 2 would be.
Yeah, you bet. Confidence building and
looks a little better going over the ticker tape scores.
Indeed. Here's Baxter looking in, a nice tackle right there as East High. They're gonna Baxter's not gonna go down. They had a nice tackle, good form tackle, jumping in there and hitting him hard was Gretkin, and they couldn't hold on to him, and he bounced off and going to go to the 4th quarter with your score 48-7. Southeast Polk leads. Boy, he hit him solid.
Yeah, he did.
How's it going, Ryan?
Happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Things are growing great at Baumgar's, your one-stop shop for plants and trees of all kinds. You'll find what you need for all your lawn and garden projects, from bulbs or seeds to things to kill those nagging weeds, from tillers, trimmers, and mowing machines to spreaders and fertilizers to keep your lawn green. You'll find patio furniture and grills and landscaping galore, because Baumgar's is your lawn and garden headquarters store.
What you need when you need it at Baumgar's.
All right, we're back as the Black Raiders and the Rams going to try to finish this 4th quarter with the Rams firmly in control, 48-13. Hanson fires. Baxter's wide open. He's going to pop it up and get himself his first down at about the 34-yard line. Nice play right there. Well developed.
Yeah, came out of the backfield on a little flood route, and nice connection there and big gain for first down.
So Hanson shows off that strong arm. He's a junior, and it looks like we were watching him in warm-ups. We're like, wow, this kid can zip it a little bit.
Yeah, he'll be the heir apparent to Mobley next year, looks like, and you can see he's got a pretty good skill set himself.
Fires it out there on the quick little hitch, and a gain of 4 on the play as they're spreading the ball out, and that's basically just a run play. People say, why are they throwing? But that's really a run play.
Yeah, it's in the modern day. You're trying to get 3-4 yards, maybe 5. Maybe a guy breaks it. So
Emmanuel Gay on the catch, and the positive yardage of 4 yards. As we talked about, the running clock, once the score is 35 or over, which is not a bad rule, gets Southeast Polk home at a little better time. There's a handoff here, and the Black Raiders' young defense corral him at about the 41-yard line. Leaning forward that time for a short gain was number 32, Jesse Schumacher. He's a junior, so a lot of these juniors getting some playing time, and a lot of players out for Southeast Polk, but East High with a big turnout. So Coach Winkelpleck and his staff has been working hard as the numbers, it becomes a numbers game, especially at 5A.
Yep, and I know, down at our middle school we got, plus 50 on both 7th and 8th grade classes, so yeah, it's, attrition, numbers, guys get injured during the year, little injuries, nagging injuries, so it's good to have depth.
Colin Pittenger makes a good play there, the sophomore getting penetration, forcing Baxter to turn into number 58, Logan Staben, another sophomore for East High. So the sophomores, they're going to learn tonight. 4th down and 4 right here. We'll probably see a hard count. Nope, we're going to get a illegal procedure call on East High. This crew's done a nice job tonight. It hasn't been a flag fest like it was last week, which took away from a game. Talked to both head coaches about that afterwards. They're just like, there comes a point in time where you're just going to let them play the game. I thought there was a lot of calls that certainly.
Yeah, last week we had 3 face masks. We haven't seen that in the first drive.
Well,
and those were pretty
obvious. Face mask you got a call.
Those are pretty obvious ones, though, too. But it just started the night off with, it seemed like, and those were obvious.
Hey, I've got to tell you something about officiating. Next time you watch a Pac-10 game, watch how many kickoffs get called back from penalty. It almost happens every Pac-10 ball's right there, and East High Black Raider might have turned his ankle on the play, but they call a penalty almost every time. Doesn't matter. They just call it. But anyway.
Yeah, it's it seems like it happens more or not. I know last week when I reffed the games, there was very few flags. I did have to throw two blocks in the back and 1 procedure. So.
Yeah, well, you want to get to that early Husker game. You going to a Michigan game?
Yes, I am.
Next week? Is that next week?
Next week. Yep. Going to tomorrow, La Tech, and then going next week to the Michigan game. So.
Yeah. Well, enjoy my tickets, man. You're not getting them for the Michigan game. Well, I'm not even getting them for the Michigan game. I'm going to be in Boulder.
Oh yeah. That's shoulder to shoulder in Boulder is what they say. That's what Prime says.
Yeah, my wife is wondering why do we have to have season tickets to Huskers and USC? Huskers are 2 hours away, but you go to more FC games. Can you figure that out? I can't figure it out. She can't figure it out.
Frequent flyer miles.
yeah. Driving to Boulder.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
I've been to 2 games in Boulder. It's a neat place to go to.
The flights were bad, and we're just like, let's just bring it. Here's Miles Wagger popping it up the middle for a gain of 4 on the play. So it's good to see the junior get some tough yardage tonight, but that's okay. Miles is going to learn lower those pads. He's pretty good at it.
He's a good running back, and sometimes it's tough. It's tough sledding it going against a good D line and good backers and a good front 7 of Southeast Polk.
So Cal Jepson trying to get him on the scoreboard again.
Looks like we got a little rain coming down all of a sudden.
48. Well, there was a portent of rain all day. Boy, it really rained this morning, but went away. Fires. There's a good out, and the ball's caught. And that's going to go for a first down. Nice play as Logan Dolphin makes a play. Nice pitch and catch right there. The young sophomore shows that powerful arm.
Yeah, he does. He's got a nice ball, and he gets it out quick and he puts it in a good spot for these receivers to catch the ball.
Logan had a couple of dropsies there, but makes a good play there as Coach Winkelpleck would love to see him. Oh, I like working with this crew. Our producer, Riley Lillenquist, getting some help tonight from Ryan Ingalls. And Mitch McCumber joined us tonight. Mitch usually does play-by-play, but with the lack of games today, he said, you know what, I'll come and run a camera for you tonight. So appreciate all the help from our fine staff at Metro Sports Television who make this thing work, and we are so happy with the amount of viewers that we get each week. Last week was crazy. Of course, we did 6 games, so that helps. 2nd down and 4 as Jepson completes another one nicely. Again, he has played well. Stats may not show it, but yeah, there's a snap off and hanged off to Gosh. He's going to have some yardage, and JJ is going to make the best of it for 12 yards.
Yeah, nice little run there by Gosh, and yeah, JJ steps it right in there. I was looking at the numbers, like the numbers for the viewership for these Colorado games this year are just off the charts right now. So I would just be saying that USC Colorado game is going to be a big one. This week would be another one where they go to Oregon. Colorado does. So that'd be interesting.
Well, slowly go down as attrition will set up. Jepson rolls, fires, has a man out there, Logan Dolphin, and Logan can't make the back shoulder catch.
Yeah, I was going to say that had to be Pat.
We got a late penalty flag down, and
he had a hard time getting it out, but I think it was pass interference. He didn't turn for the ball. The receiver was looking to go get the ball, and the only bad thing, it'd only be 15 yards.
So East High will get another 1st down as Kel Jepson and Logan Dolphin almost complete their 4th touchdown of the season, and it'll be a 1st down. So East High wants to get it in the end zone. This is a good experience for this young football team. I don't mind this at all.
No, you just got to kind of build for next week, and they got a short week, and Thursday night for homecoming, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln will be here at the stadium, and they can get back on track next week.
Conversely, it's a good experience for this bunch of juniors out there for Southeast Polk.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting some experience as well. So it works both ways here late in the game. Good sportsmanship by both coaches, as you'd expect from 2 traditional powers in Iowa high school football, East High and Southeast Polk. There's a handoff as Gosh gets stuck right there, and you can hear the Southeast Polk coaches next to us as Noah Trextola Jr. got up there as JJ's feet were slipping out and took one right in the chest.
Yeah, some good popping still going on. When you're in, you just play hard,
JJ says, why don't you give me a minute? I'm going to regroup here. So 4:55 going on the continuous clock. Kel Jepson's going to roll to his right where he's much more effective. Steps up and fires, and that one's just a little hard as he turned up and fired that. Had good coverage that time by the Rams, who was looking for Quentin Ashcroft, another sophomore wide receiver.
Yeah, Quentin, he's gonna, he gets in here, at certain times, but he's gonna be a good receiver. He's been Cal's go-to guy since 3rd, 4th, 5th grade as they're playing together.
Yeah, they start him early. Jepson looks, going to set up a screen, caught by Miles Wager, breaks a tackle, bounce to the outside. Miles looks for the end zone, and I believe he made it to the far corner. Touchdown, Miles Wager.
Yeah, their time the screen, the screen set up really nice.
Beautiful play right there as Kel Jepson.
Good design.
Leads it. We're going to take a look at the Great Shots instant replay as nice play right there. Well,
kind of drops.
Well, that's going to be, we went back on the archives a little bit, and we got the last touchdown by Southeast Polk, and here's our touchdown play right here by Miles Wager.
Good job dropping up, getting the ball over that, rangy D end, and Wager, good sure hands, and turns it up and finds the end zone.
So sophomore to junior, extra point by Burrell is good. We're going to take a break. East High on the scoreboard, 48-14 when we come back.
That first unit had that screen.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Chow freshly baked bread piled high with Italian style meats and provolone. Hey to you too, hand-sliced veggies. Oil and vinegar, oregano and basil, nice to see ya. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yes. Should I see someone about that? Probably. Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Welcome back. Nice touchdown drive by East High as Miles Wagger collects a 12-yard touchdown pass from Cale Jepson to score. And we're all looking at that Jimmy John's commercial. We got some hungry guys in that booth. Yeah. On me again tonight, guys.
Jimmy John's,
as usual.
It's a good sandwich.
And it's been Jerry's lately. So 4:08 to go. Black Raiders in action next week at homecoming against Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. We will not have that on Metro Sports Television, oh, by the way, as we're going to have a lot of guys out of town next week, all over the nation watching good football. So Jacob Burrell will kick off. 4:08 to go, and we'll see what the Rams try to do. As their crowd has stuck around, we're going to have to go down to Bob Rose. The ball's bobbled and dropped. East High getting down there. They've been very good on special teams, and they were very good on special teams again this time, as getting down there nicely was number 12, Austin Shepard. And, of course, well, he's another one of those good sophomores.
Yeah, a good track guy, good speed guy. So, yeah, guys on both sides getting some experience and playing time.
Well, and the good thing about this sophomore class, they have size too.
Yeah. With you got 2 linemen starting, on defense and 2 on offense, and there is some good sized kids.
And one of the X factors that we like going in, and we haven't mentioned his name a whole lot tonight for East High, is Manis. He's got his hands with big gold grips up there.
Monase Kasongo, good
knocks
rangy
that one
D
in.
end, a good basketball player, and he in his own right, he does a really good job. And
6'7", and as you said, he'll be a feature on Raz Vanderloo's always outstanding football team, as Monase Kasongo, just a junior, 6'7", 225 pounds. No telling what he's going to turn into when it's all said and done. There's a little pop up the middle by the Rams as they're going to get some reps in with 3:47 up 48-14.
And then with Claiborne, he's a guy that could play multiple positions down the road. He's played quarterback, he can play tight end, he can play defense, linebacker, he's playing safety, just a good athlete. So, and Chris Ford, we see him, the speed he's got. So yeah, there's a lot to build for. Dane Milton will be coming back. But this team right here, they can, looking at the schedule down the road, everybody, there's games that are winnable for the rest of the year to finish out strong.
Indeed.
Starting with AL next week, and then they got, they play Ames, Des Moines, Lincoln, and then they finish with Johnston here.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game to watch when they host Johnson. And go to metrosports.tv for all of our upcoming games. That was Ethan
Breifogel?
No, that was Ethan Tollery for only 5'5", but a little back popped in there for a nice gain and a first down for the Rams. So go to Metro Sports TV for all of our games and our special features, and continue to support Siouxland and Sioux Falls, and maybe even the Midwest leading sports streaming platform. So the clock winding down here as both teams playing a lot of players. Going in there now is for East High is Jonathan Limpcomb, and I see Jonathan Sr. make some plays there. He's stuck out. We got a penalty on the last play. He's going to send that one back. And the clock does stop on penalties, obviously. As much the crowd's still sticking around here tonight on a pleasant evening in Siouxland.
Yeah, a little rain, but for the most part it's held off and been a pretty nice night.
Sure has. Kind of a threatening day. A lot of teams have started their games early. Didn't have to do that.
I know. Last 2 days it seems like we've got more rain in 2 days than we have in the last 2 years.
Hands and turns. Going to hand the ball off and leaning forward for the Rams for a couple of yards there, as both teams are content to wrap this one up. It was a good battle, some exciting, but the Rams came out ready to play after a long trip and got a first down touchdown on their very first play of the game, a 75-yard touchdown pass from Connor Mobley.
Yeah, quite a way to start the game, Pat. You know, you just step up with your quarterback, dropping back, Iowa State commit, and he launches one from about 70 yards down the field and stride, and they're in the end zone. So, yeah, quick strike.
East High did make it 21-7 at one point, and down 28-7. They had first and goal late in the second quarter and couldn't score on first and goal, and after that it was all Southeast Polk. Not that didn't know this young football team, but they've learned a lot here tonight against this outstanding football team. They're going to be fun to follow the rest of the season. 1:17 to go. As again, they run it right up the middle. And teams are learning to make contact as all the subs are in, and all of a sudden the 6'4" 280s are gone, and
yeah,
looks more like what we see usually up here.
But you know, it was kind of nice for us to see Southeast Polk come out here, and it's a quality looking team. They got a good look. You know, when they're warming up and stuff, you can tell they got a good look, and they move well. I mean, you know, those top units, like when they get to the ball, like you can just tell the overall team chemistry and speed that they present out there.
Yeah. Next year the matchup will be a little bit better, and by the senior year we think Coach Wink and this group of sophomores and freshmen should be awfully special. 30 seconds to go as number 1 ranked Southeast Polk is going to probably not take another snap, and they're going to go home 5-0, and we wish them a safe trip home, and it was enjoyable to watch this fine football team, and what a learning experience for the East High Black Raiders. They'll drop to 2-3 on the season, but as you mentioned, favorable schedule coming up the rest of the year. So number 1 ranked Southeast Polk wins this one 48-14. We'll be back with our primetime player of the game and some highlights. This is Metro Sports Television. The Rams are still undefeated.
H2O for You is your water store. H2O for You is the solution for cleaner dishes, clothes, showers, and tubs, and water that tastes fantastic. Your water store will even test your family's water for free. And all of our equipment comes with free basic installation. Having issues with your current water system? Your water store services most brands. Have the clean, soft, great-tasting water your family deserves. Go to softwater.com or call 258-SOFT today.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Chow freshly baked bread piled high with Italian-style meats and provolone. Hey to you too, hand-sliced veggies. Oil and vinegar, oregano and basil, nice to see ya. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yes. Should I see someone about that? Probably. Jimmy John's, order online or on the app.
Your final score, 48-14. The East High Black Raiders come up short against the number 1 ranked team in the state. And what it was expected, what'd you see out there, Jeps?
Well, I saw probably one of the top teams in the state, you know, Southeast Polk. You know, they showed it offensively, defensively, a solid quarterback and Mobley, some good running backs, and Phillips and Vanderwerf, some good receivers. Defensively, just a stout front seven. And, you know, that Drayvon Woods at the D end, just a quality player. A lot of high-quality players and a well-coached team. And we knew it was going to be tough coming in, Pat, the Southeast Polk, what they present and what they've done over the last couple of years. But I did think, you know, there's some things that East High can build from, you know, offensively and defensively, you know, getting better each week. And as the schedule goes forward, you know, they're all games that are winnable. Here we see that touchdown pass earlier where Cal was rolling out and kind of made a little scramble and got some receiver came back and he threw it to the end zone, got a touchdown. Here on the big power back running up the middle behind that stout offensive line for Southeast Polk. And, you know, you see several of these. They can just line up and kind of smash mouth right at you and hand the ball off. And, you know, sometimes the backs can just walk into the end zone following those big linemen.
48-14 as we go through the highlights here as each team made some big plays. Cal Jepson played well, the sophomore quarterback for East High. What a future he's going to have. Each and every game we bring you our prime time Player of the Game brought to you by Primetime Steakhouse out of Hinton. And today's what a little underdog this was, our Primetime Player of the Game for East High.
Yeah, John Yates, he caught several good passes and made some good, yards after the catch. And, and he's kind of been a good, solid receiver in the receiving corps. And, I thought, he did well-deserved, and he's got sure hands.
You bet. Four catches for 102 yards for John.
Yeah, some sure hands. So it's a good receiving corps, and, the ball's put on these guys pretty well. And so I think they're just going to build, with that passing game and running game going forward.
So congratulations to John Yates, our Primetime Player of the Game, brought to you by Primetime Steakhouse out of Hinton. Well, Jeps, that's going to wrap it up here. We're going to have a week off, believe it or not, so that's going to be fun. Going into the weekend, I know big weekend for you. You're going down to the Husker game tomorrow. Hope you enjoy that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a nice day in Lincoln. Maybe rain here, but it's sunny on the deal for Lincoln tomorrow.
Absolutely. So you enjoy that, and thanks a lot for your astute commentary on East High football as usual. A big thank you to Riley Lillenquist and Ryan Ingalls for being our producers here tonight. Congratulations to the Southeast Polk Rams for their great work tonight. Join us on Metro Sports next week, as only one game will be up at Sioux Falls next week. Go to our website, metrosports.tv. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Join us each week on Metro Sports Television. Congratulations to the Rams. They beat the Raiders tonight. We'll see you next week, everybody. Oh, man. What's up?